and I have never seen something that jank before. He is like, I don't even know. How do we even describe this man?
He is breaking the rules of reality.
Yeah. At least the laws of Discord have been shattered.
Wait, what's going on?
Gabriel was talking to us while his mic was muted.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the icon was there, but it was coming through just fine.
Nice.
But he's in a campground with one bar, and I think it's acting up because we haven't heard him talk in like 3 minutes now or something. He was
Yeah.
talking and then it just stopped.
When did he put that
Apparently
message through? Go ahead.
I was just saying, apparently he's at some SCA camping thing and doesn't have his computer.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless he cares about that.
Where's our Jasper at, though?
Do we have a Jasper?
I don't mind starting without him, in particular.
Jesus.
That's some shade.
I mean,
We have a long-standing history.
yeah.
What can I say?
All goes
Apparently
back
there's more to this history than I was aware of.
Who had the biggest clash with Kara? Was that Leon, Maleth, or
Probably
Idris? Okay, I was gonna say
Probably
back to that.
Leon?
It was Clara.
Not Clara.
Leon didn't clash with
Kara.
people.
Kara,
Him
it
and
was
Leon
Kara.
ended up being on the same side in
That
the
was
end.
Jake's
But I
character.
know that,
He was playing a female?
No.
No.
I mean,
But
She's playing a female.
Stu didn't get along with him very well either.
Idris hated him up until a certain point.
I mean, if we were playing a text-based game, I would totally play a female character if I could.
You're a female playing kind of guy?
Most of my characters
We have a
in MMOs are
Kayla!
females. I mean, my handle on like my name on most games is Village Bike, and you know
Oh,
it's
that
off
is
the
pretty
joke-
feminine.
Well, it's off the joke. Your mom's like the Village Bike. Everyone gets a ride.
What?
Oh, no.
No. No.
Gosh.
So yes, I have to play a female character. I guess a male could be a Village Bike.
Dude, that made him leave.
Yeah, goodbye.
After
Gabriel.
hearing all of his character names, I don't care.
Kayla, is that a bit of purple in your hair?
Yes, I got it re-dyed yesterday, so it's a lot of purple in my hair.
That's like asking if there's a little bit of blue in the sky.
Yeah.
The sky's always blue.
I just keep forgetting, and I'm like amazed every time, you know? Like,
Her hair was brown like 2 days ago.
Well, I didn't say it's
It was.
never purple. I said, I didn't say it's never not purple. I just said that it's supposed to be purple because it's Kayla.
yeah.
One of her favorite colors.
Yeah, but like the brown had grown out to like here before yesterday. I had to fix that.
Yeah, can't have that brown growing in.
Yeah.
No, we can't. It's
I
not
wonder if
acceptable.
Gabriel's
If it's
coming
brown,
back.
don't let it grow down.
Kayla, who's the best companion in Inquisition so far for you?
Oh, that's Dorian.
Really?
I love Dorian.
He
I
bugs
also
me.
like Cole and Iron Bull though. Like
Iron Bull
Dorian,
is so
Cole,
great.
and Iron Bull are. Yes, he is. He is. But
Yeah, I remember Arlie revealing that he really doesn't like Kreia from KOTOR 2, and that made me sad. Like, I think she's
Yeah.
great to have as a companion.
I can see why people don't like Dorian. He was, after getting really attached to all the companions in Dragon Age 2, and as big of a game as Inquisition is in comparison, I found it harder to care about most of the companion characters, but Dorian entertained me very early on, so...
Is that the guy that you have in pink in your game?
Yeah, it is. It's more of a fuchsia, but okay.
So, who have you romanced so far?
Well, I wanted to romance Blackwall, but I accidentally locked into a Solus romance without realizing that the flirt option was going to lock me in, and I haven't been able to end it, so I'm kind of stuck with Solus until I can break up with him, and then I'm hoping to rebound with Cullen.
Didn't like Solus that much.
I didn't either. Like, he's honestly, I mean, he's an interesting character, but his romance scenes are all boring. And
Oh, you've seen them?
I've seen the two that I had. Like I said, I didn't even realize I was locked into a romance with him because nothing about either of them screamed, "Oh, you are officially with this person and can't date anyone else."
That's weird, because I remember flirting with Cassandra, but then it didn't, like, lock me into anything.
Yeah. I read before that the only, like, sneak lock was Blackwall, so I didn't think I was locked in, but apparently you are.
I'm surprised you went with Blackwall over Cullen. I loved Blackwall, though. He was one of my favorites.
I liked him a lot. He was the one that seemed most intriguing to me.
I do love his stoic nature.
Yeah. Well, I will say Cullen appears in the first two Dragon Age games, and he's not as cool in either one of those. So it's probably easier to get into him if you haven't played those than if you have. He hasn't had a lot of character growth, though. I do appreciate it now, but that was kind of a hurdle. I was like, oh, hey, a couple months back when I was playing Origins, you wanted to kill all the mages, and now you're here. This is awkward.
One thing that just, like, auto-plays in my head, like, I don't know why, but it's just so memorable, because I always had Blackwall as a companion. Whenever you kill something and he's like, one less to worry about. It's like,
Yes,
it just, like, pops into my
appreciate
head
it.
randomly all the time.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I was playing today, and Kyle, or yesterday one, and Kyle was watching, and he was like, Blackwall seems the one that's most your type, and I was like, yeah! That's the one that was ruined. So, yeah.
So are we waiting on Gabriel?
Gabriel and Hestia. Though if Gabriel doesn't join, then we'll kind of just have to go without him.
My guy. Just have Jesus watching me the whole time and play D&D. Like,
Don't do anything evil, Jasper.
don't do anything. Don't do anything evil.
Don't do anything he wouldn't do.
Jasper is a good boy, so you don't have to worry.
That is the
that.
question Jasper always asks himself. The king stands in front of him, chest bared, ready for the knife to be planted. And Jasper stops and thinks, what would Jesus do? Fine. Get out of here, king.
Easy.
Jasper's so old.
He's not the oldest person in the party, though.
That's right, I am.
Are
Oh,
you?
you are?
It
How
doesn't
old
matter.
is Nomad?
Oh, I shouldn't have
No.
said anything. No, I'm joking.
Visibly, Jasper is the oldest person in the party.
That's true.
And that's what counts.
In spirit, he's probably
Yeah.
the oldest person in the party, too.
Am I? Maybe.
I mean, even before he had the missing leg, he was walking with a crutch.
Well, no, I just had the cane on me for just aesthetic reasons, purely aesthetic.
For sure.
Yay! Hestia's here.
I just thought we made one for you.
No, you made
The cane?
you made it a prosthetic leg for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know about the leg, but I thought we made the cane, too.
No, I had it from the beginning. I would walk around with it.
You're old as sin.
Speaking of,
Oh,
sin.
Sin might have been younger than him.
Dawson.
I don't know why Discord told me that he was joining the thing.
Yeah, I didn't see any notifications anywhere. Maybe you just had like a 5-month-old notification pop up.
That's what I was saying. It could have been a phantom notification that popped up.
Maybe you just miss him like all of us miss him.
yeah,
I have nothing
Yeah.
to miss.
Me neither. Screw that guy.
Well, you missed his followers, that's for sure.
Well, they were undead, so they offer an interesting perspective in this campaign because Jasper clearly has something against, I don't know if it's the undead, but maybe things that live longer than he does.
Goes
For the
on
record, sorry, what?
goes on adventuring party with this quest to free Zelkir from the undead menace. Oh, so you have something against undead, do you? Yes, I do.
Yeah, we have a job, Jasper, but doesn't mean you have to be racist.
Undead are people too.
Exactly.
Dang it.
Like if I go into Ukraine and I'm trying to fight the Russians, it doesn't mean I hate the Russians. You know, I
It
just have
helps if you do, though.
it might. It could help.
All right, Gabriel
I
has
do
2
like me
minutes
some
to
good-
join, and then we will be starting.
I do like me some good white Putin, though.
Some good
What did you-
white
what?
Putin?
What
or
does that
white-
mean?
Wide, wide
Wide?
Putin.
Why
Yeah.
Putin?
Yeah, you don't know
Memes.
what wide... Yeah, the meme, yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
meme?
like,
Hold on, I
I've
gotta-
never even heard of this.
I haven't
The
either.
beard
I
of
should
this
go-
can
Me
understand
neither.
you.
but yeah, what I was going to say before, I am pissed off, legitimately, though, that Cameron had to leave. I am extremely upset about that.
Me too.
And he keeps doing it, too. He
Very
keeps joining
disappointing.
our campaigns for, like, 3 sessions and leaves.
Yeah, he like is there long enough for us to get attached to him and think he's the glue holding us together, and then he bounces.
Yep.
And we're like,
He's
What a
the,
guy.
there's no
he's the Boromir
hole.
of every campaign.
Do we have a way of throwing him into combat just to see what happens? Can someone pick him up and
I mean,
toss him?
you can toss him in, but Cameron's not around to control him, so he'll kind of just like sit there and die.
Yeah.
It'll be like if someone disconnects during a fight in an MMO or something.
Well, it would be less of a... Oh, sorry, I keep interrupting him. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it'd be less of a liability having him around now that he's no longer in possession of Maleth's soul.
This is true.
yes,
A lot more
I am no
easily.
longer one of his Pokemon.
We could try and kidnap him. It'd be great.
I think Sin would have treated you with the utmost respect. You seemed like a
He
nice
would've-
guy.
He would have nicknamed you Lust.
Hey,
I
Gabriel's
don't
back.
think so.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Finally.
Watch, he'll share his camera now, but then it won't actually show his camera. Something else is going to break.
Things don't break with
Oh.
Gabriel.
But yeah.
Full glasses.
Nothing breaks on his end. It's always on the opposite end. When
I don't know,
things
he
break,
looks
if
pretty frozen to me. Oh, there he is.
I can't see his video. Do I have to pop something out?
Well, it looks like a picture
There we
instead
go.
of a video, but he just moved, so
All I see is 2 purple dots spinning around in circles.
you don't see the cool guy glasses.
Oh, I see him now. Yep, never mind. I see him. It's so bright. Where are you where it's daytime?
Not on the
Mountain
East
time
Coast.
zone. Yeah. Like this time of year out west, it doesn't get dark till like 10:30, and they're like 2 hours behind us. So
This is witchcraft.
It's pretty awesome.
Wait till you see Arizona.
Jasper looks frozen too, or he's just been really contemplative.
He's
for-
constantly
Yes.
contemplative.
he's meditating. He's
just-
meditating.
Okay, so we're ready. We're ready. We're gonna square off.
Okay.
We're gonna,
Alright.
we're gonna fire magic missiles into the darkness.
Okay, here is actually Magic Missile. I'm pretty sure
Jasper
you have to have
got
a
it.
specific target. Oh, is that a reference?
It's a meme.
is.
It's a oldest dirt meme. Too.
Okay.
I'm glad Jasper got it.
An elf appears, or whatever the heck they say next.
Yes, an elf appearance. They're all sitting around a D&D table, and there's darkness, and the guy's like, I want to fire magic missile into the darkness. It's a stupid thing.
Alright, you cast Magic Missile. An elf appears. Oh!
All right. So, recap for last time. You made it into the into the Great Vault. Gabriel went ahead, as you were all kind of taking a look at all the paraphernalia around. Gabriel went ahead, you lit up all the lights on the side, illuminating a large, like 40, 50 foot room. And as Gabriel went ahead, he got pinged by one trap and then was able to get past another. However, as he was getting forward, he had an interaction with someone, after which he was pretty much walked back to you guys. Then something ominous was said, following which Gabriel's amulet started to vibrate again, and all of the lights that you had lit went out. I believe, Nomad, you had cast light on a stone. Did you still have that with you, or had you thrown that down one of the corridors?
Threw it down a corridor.
Okay. Did anybody have light cast on something else that you had with you, or was it just the light on the side of the wall that you had up?
I think it was just the lights on
Okay.
the side of the wall.
All
I mean, I
right.
guess there's the thing over my head, the
He's got an ion stone.
cracked iron stone.
That's
yeah.
right. Okay, so you do have... Okay, so as the lights on the side are snuffed out, the only remaining source of illumination is the ion stone slowly orbiting Jasper's head, casting off enough light to at least illumine the rest of the group. Those of you with dark vision, you can see to your typical distance, which I believe for most of you is 60 feet, correct? Either way, as the darkness closes in around you, a sense of dread fills each of you. A light mist begins to fill the room from in front of you. Emanating from the darkness, you hear the sound of heavy, clawed feet coming from out of sight.
Cast light on my whip.
Okay.
Wait, is that it?
Well, are you doing anything? I'm wanting it to be clear that this is not a cinematic or a monologue or anything.
Okay.
You're free to act, but
Okay.
so that this mist is kind of just coming in towards you.
I will say... Hold on. Okay. I will say, as the light has faded from Jasper's eyes, from his life, from the betrayal of his wife, from life to undeath, she has betrayed my friend.
Okay, pause for just a second, since all this is happening simultaneously, and I'll give a read back of this so that we can kind of get it in our minds. But as you start saying that, you all hear step after step of something large and clawed coming towards you. After a moment, those of you who have dark vision can see a huge form crawling out of the corridor to the left. A draconic form, barely visible for the darkness and the fog, comes forward. Go ahead.
Can I dispel the darkness?
What do you have to dispel the darkness?
Dispel magic?
Okay, go ahead and cast it. Let's see if you can roll high enough. That's going to be a caster level check. Go ahead and continue your thing, Prince.
After
As his wife has betrayed him, I feel betrayed with him, and I cannot allow this to happen any longer. I can't allow vampirism to control our lives like this, especially his. And I'm done.
Okay. Give me just a moment. So as you're doing all that,
Jasper's face, I like it. Or Jake's face.
May I say something to everybody?
yeah, go ahead.
I'll tell everybody, get ready for a fight, and I'll tell all motion to Charlemagne with me.
He
I will
steps up close to you, but you can see fear in his eyes.
I am also going to I will summon an instrument.
Okay. Hestia, as you cast Dispel Magic, the mist does not go away. You push against it with the force of your
There is
will.
no saving throw as long as I get above an 11.
So I did the roll for you, and
Then why did you ask me to roll?
oh, you had taken so long. Okay, so
I have to check what the modifiers are. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I know what the modifiers are. So, because it's a caster level check, it's just going to be your caster level, which is 10. So
And then
so the mist does not dissipate, and so okay. So you guys are grouping up. Charlemagne steps up close to you, but he is. You notice that he's almost trembling with fear.
I'll cast light on his hammer,
Okay.
and I'll tell him, "Take heart, friend. There's nothing I can't bring down."
I am going to take a couple steps backwards.
Is this while you're singing? Because there's something I have for while you're finishing up your oratory.
Oh, well, I don't know if there's anything else I have to say other
Okay,
than
then
let the voice of Ashava strike down.
okay.
And
So
I don't know if I said it or not,
go ahead.
but we would move like 15 feet ahead of the party.
Okay. As you step forward, the figure of the dragon becomes more clear to you. The dragon's black flesh looks rancid, and you notice many sores on its right side. It's coming up from the quarter to the left. If you recall, there are 4 quarters, and we're gonna run this theater of the mind just because it's one large enemy, and I don't think it'll be needed. I'd rather just visualize it. But there's 2 quarters in front of you, and then 2 that kind of branch off to the side.
And the
So-
dragon's coming from the side.
Do
From
I
the-
have
from the
time to
left to
cast
the
a
side.
spell?
Do we
Not
see
yet.
it?
So this is all while you're casting light, while you're readying yourself with Charlemagne. So
All right.
so this is all what those of you with dark vision are able to see, and everyone else will kind of get this view as it gets closer. The dragon's black flesh looks rancid, and you notice many sores on its right side, open and angry, pus oozing out of them. Its right eye hangs loosely from the socket, and the back left foot ends in a stump. The dragon lets out a roar as it closes in on you that curdles your blood, as a putrid scent fills the room. So, kind of just to get your mind around how this goes, the darkness falls, and then the mist starts to float in immediately, and then you start to hear this clawed footsteps coming. And then, as it is approaching, Prince is singing his thing. And I don't know, Prince, if you wanted to kind of, since we were back and forth with things, if you want to redo the delivery of that, you can. But as it's approaching, Prince is delivering his oratory.
Yeah.
And Nomad is strategizing and preparing himself and Charlemagne.
I don't know if I can do it exactly how I did it, but the gist of it is that I feel betrayed as Jasper is betrayed by his wife, who I assume has been turned to the dark side. And I don't think that that's a good thing to happen. Because I'm sorry, I can't deliver it how I did the first time. I don't think I delivered it very well the first time either.
I thought you delivered it fine the first time. I thought you had it written down. It was so good.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
I thought it was written down as well.
It
No,
was good. It was rhyming. It was perfect.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I thought he had written it down.
We'll have to
I
go
did
back
not
in
write
the
it.
we'll have to go back in the VOD and pick up what you said and write it down because it was great.
okay. Well, I did not write it down.
Okay, we can grab that later.
Do we have a? I don't know if I can ready or just actually. You know what? Can I just? I don't even know if it's a cast. Can I just perform the thing I want to perform at an area? Like I
I
don't.
believe you need a target if it's what we talked about, but the dragon won't come into view from you until you've finished your thing. So you'll be
Okay.
able to do that as part of your turn when it's your turn.
Okay, well then I'll just play music on the instrument. I summoned a lyre. I am just going to
Liar.
start a performance. I'm going to do inspire. No, actually, what's
Hold
the one
on,
that gives you guys?
because you will not have time to do that until it's your turn.
Okay.
And I need everyone to roll initiative. Let me pull up the combat tracker.
And I do have my computer, but it's having issues.
You're
and,
fine. I can go for you. Yeah. So
Yeah,
everybody
thank
roll
you.
initiative.
Also, everybody or actually just Nomad. Nomad, keep in mind you have a +5 to intelligence and wisdom-based skill checks. So if you want to do a skill, I don't know if you do a skill in combat, but
How long
You
does that
should
last
still have
for? Because that was from the wine, right?
yes, it lasts an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. So more than likely for the rest of this session.
Sweet.
And that includes
Perception.
Perception.
And because
you have a
that's
good
with
perception finally.
Thankfully. Yes.
and sense motive and spellcraft. I don't know if there's any other that's relevant. Oh, you can do a knowledge check in combat. Do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, I am going to grab a picture.
Are you okay, Jake? You seem a little bit pensive. Like in your face. I'm sorry, I may be looking too much at you.
I'm trying to think of how Jasper would
React to what I said.
respond. Yeah.
You don't have
But
time
we're also
to
in the middle of. I mean, we don't really have time exactly. So I think what he's done so far is the appropriate reaction, which is absolutely nothing. Holy crap! I'm also just trying to think of how much have you heard or how much have you been told regarding Jasper's past and stuff.
We can talk about that after the session out of character.
No, of course.
Or during the session in character.
Yes, or we can do
exactly.
Because
We'll talk. Don't worry about it.
I definitely thought about what I was doing before I did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is. Let me share this. Why can't I share this? Sorry, I'm trying to share this picture. Okay, I just shared something to you guys.
Where is it? In FGU?
Fantasy Grounds, yeah.
Where do I get it?
It's just
at?
an image. It's if you go to images and then uncategorized, it is the zombie dragon. Because I'm being very coy about what this is. Okay, so just another description, just kind of reset the stage as we jump into combat.
Oh god.
After a moment, you see a huge form crawling out of the corridor to the left. A draconic form, barely visible for the darkness and the mist, comes forward. The dragon's black flesh looks rancid, and you notice many sores on its right side, angry and open. Pus oozing out of them. Its right eye hangs loosely from the socket, and the back left foot ends in a stump. The dragon lets out a roar that curdles your blood as a putrid scent fills the room. Alright. Prince, I need an initiative from you, and you were the last one. What?
I thought I did. Oh crap, it didn't.
It missed.
Okay, I rolled it, but it didn't pop up.
Okay, roll it one more time. Right, let me...
Okay, there we are.
I'm just going to add NPCs in here for Charlemagne and the dragon. Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay, Nomad, you are first.
Okay. Is the dragon within range?
The dragon is about 30 feet away.
Okay.
Okay, Hestia, you are on deck, so be ready.
Oh, never mind. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Alright, I will Channel Vigor. And then Divine Favor.
Okay.
And then I will move 10 feet up.
Okay. What's your range with your whip?
That's it. 15 feet.
Okay. Alrighty. Hestia, your turn.
I'm postponing until I know what to do.
Okay. Malith, you're up. The dragon begins lumbering towards you. Mouth agape. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope, that's it.
I know what it's doing. Okay, can I cast Wall of Fire between it and whatever party member is closest so that the flames go towards the dragon?
Yes, you can.
That's what I'll do then.
Okay. So, right in front of you, Nomad, or how close to Nomad would you put it between him and the dragon? Because there's about 20 feet between them as the dragon begins to move.
Halfway.
Halfway between? Okay. So
Yes.
a couple feet in front of you, Nomad, about 10 feet, you see flames erupt from the ground and go wall to wall, and you can almost feel the heat, but it doesn't quite penetrate at all. It's just very obvious to you that it's not coming towards you. But
Okay.
as that goes up, the dragon barrels through it. You can smell singed acid in the air, just like what's it called? Why can't I think of words right now? So
Barbecue.
so as the dragon comes through, you can see char marks on the skin, and the acid coming out of its mouth seems to be evaporating from the heat. But it barrels towards you nonetheless. Prince, it is your turn before the dragon fully gets to Nomad.
Okay, I am going to. I'm going to do a untethering step as a move action, because I can use dance I can do performances as a move. So untethering step.
What is untethering steps?
Untethering steps. I'm going to do some things with it also to beef it up, but I'll read it. Can use its performance to hinder one or more undead. Actually, before I do that, can I will a perception check use up some of my turn?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I want to make a perception check to see, or whatever check I need to do to tell whether or not this is undead. It looks undead. It has the...
Okay, make a perception check.
I'm looking for it. Sorry, I'm going slow. There we are. Oh, Jesus.
Can I cast daylight while he's doing that?
Yes, you can. Alright, so Prince, as you are looking at this dragon, really the thing that sticks out to you, it occurs to you that you are trapped in here, and you're not sure if someone's behind you or whatnot, but you guys have not looked at the entrance at all, and that is what catches your mind and your eye as you're sitting there you look at the dragon, and that just sticks out, and you fixate on that fact that you don't even know what's going on behind you, and there's a drastic possibility that you're surrounded right now.
Oh boy. Hold on, give me a second to figure out what I would do then.
Okay.
I think I would still actually, despite that, there is still, I won't do the other thing that I was going to do, but I will still probably untethering step the dragon.
Okay.
Just assuming that it is undead. And I will also use with that, I have a trait that gives 1 skill check a day plus 2. I can only use it once. I can't find it right now. I'll
Okay.
find it
Sure,
afterwards.
go ahead.
And then I'll also use Songbird with it, which gives it a +3. So that should give it a +5.
Okay.
And I'm going to do Untethering Steps. I roll, I didn't read it to you, did I?
I pulled it up.
Okay. Well, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I just didn't
And-
double check the dragon's
CMD. And I'm using Songbird with it to give it another +3.
Okay.
I can use it with a performance.
Is that a free action?
Yeah, I think it's a swift action. It is a swift action.
Okay. All right. So,
So I need to roll it.
yep,
And
go ahead.
let's roll the dance. This guy better not have a 2 beefy of CMD score. Oh god, I rolled a 7. So that would be a 37.
You can tell as the dragon is pulling itself through the charring flames that it is resisting the effect that you have, and then all of a sudden it breaks through with all of its momentum and lunges forward towards Nomad. Nomad,
All right.
what is your AC? Because it strikes at you with both claws.
22.
Okay. You dance back as the dragon lays into where you were, and so it just claws and claws, and with light feet you get back, and you can smell how close it's getting to you. Just you're feeling the wind from the claws, and the scent that it leaves behind is just putrid. But you're able to get out of the way, and let's see, who is up next? Gabriel. So, sorry. Hestia, as this is happening, you cast Daylight, and the entire room is just filled with very bright light. The mist itself, while it remains, it's not inhibiting your vision at all, and you can actually see down into each of the corridors at least a little bit. And the dragon itself is just illuminated in its gory, I wouldn't even call it wonder. It's just, you can see the full disgusting nature of the creature all at once in the bright light. It doesn't
And
seem
it doesn't hurt it, though?
doesn't seem hindered by it at all. Though
Okay.
you do know that the daylight spell doesn't hurt all undead. Actually, I can't remember if it hurts any undead. I'll have to check. But point being, you can see very well. There's no dark corners in this, at least in this part of the room that you can see. Actually, make a perception check, Hestia.
There it is. I found the thing I used. There it is.
Hestia, in one of the corners near the ceiling, you see a figure tucked away up against the corner. After a moment, you realize that it looks to be a vampire.
A vampire's up there, and as I point to that corner.
Okay, Gabriel. No, sorry. It is Charlemagne's turn. Charlemagne lunges forward and with his sword is able to lay a gash along the neck of the dragon. But it, as the flesh splits open ever so slightly, the dragon just kind of pushes back with its claw after pulling back from the attempted swipes at Nomad and knocks Charlemagne back as he falls to the ground. Gabriel, it is your turn.
Alright. So first, as a swift action, I'm gonna invoke the a judgment protection.
Okay.
It increases my AC by 3.
Okay.
And then then, as my action, I am going to cast. Daybreak Arrow. So I imbue 50 of my arrows that are in my quiver.
Okay.
With that for 100 minutes. So that'll be the entire combat.
Yes.
Hopefully.
If not, then we're in serious
Yeah.
trouble. Okay, so you
Yeah.
cast that, and your arrows. There's a flash of light around each of the tips, and just kind of have that pulsating burst as you cast the spell on your arrows. Okay, is that a standard action?
Yeah. Then my move action, I am going to move. I'm going to try and get. How far away am I from Nomad at this point?
You're probably about 20, 30 feet away from him. So he's up
Okay.
between you and the dragon at this point. The dragon's pretty much at the mouth. The dragon's at the mouth of the, or just coming through the mouth of the corridor. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll try and be at 50 feet diagonal to the left of Nomad.
You are completely
So
inaudible.
that I can shoot.
You are completely inaudible. Can you send
Ooh.
it in the chat and I'll just read it out loud what you say?
Yeah,
Said
can
15 feet diagonal.
can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you much better.
Yeah. Mhm.
What about now?
Yes. It's
Okay. Yeah, 15 feet diagonal and to the left of Nomad. Behind him. Yeah.
Up against the wall, looking straight down the wall towards the dragon. Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, what do? You have your standard action.
I thought that my standard action
Oh, your
was
standard action was your spell. You're right. Okay. So you
Yeah.
imbue your arrows and you position yourself up against the wall. Okay.
and my AC went up by 3. That's what it
Yes.
happened.
Okay.
I'm just clicking things I forgot to. 'cause
Yeah,
I
you're
need to
good.
use them.
No problem. Okay, so Jasper, your turn.
Jasper will cast Mage Armor on himself.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes. I feel like I'm kind of lacking in the swift action department, unfortunately.
Well, you don't have to do a swift act. Oh, well, you just did a standard. You can move. You can limp. I'm sorry.
No, he's got his leg now.
I got my leg.
Still a limp, isn't it?
Probably.
Maybe. So Hestia pointed out a vampire. Where exactly is that vampire located?
Up and to the right, pretty much kitty corner and on the ceiling from the dragon.
Oh, so basically closer to the dragon than I am to Hestia.
Possibly.
Okay. Okay.
So pretty much the dragon is coming in on the left side, the vampire is on the right side, but then up in the corner.
Alright, in that case, I end my turn
Okay.
then.
Nomad. The dragon's claws mere inches from you. It retreats back and takes Charlemagne to the ground with a backhanded strike. What do you do?
I will swift cast a bull strength on myself.
Okay.
So just let me make the appropriate modifiers for that.
Yep. Go ahead.
Alright, then I'm just gonna try to lay into the dragon.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. You're both whips right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me double check its AC.
2 and 5. Yeah, I hate D&D.
It's not
Okay.
better than my rolls today.
So your first 2 attacks, or okay. So what? How would you sequence that? Would it be right, left, right?
Yeah, as I'm kind of just like twirling around, like just using my momentum to control both of my whips, just kind of just like just spinning around. Like it's difficult to tell like which whip is even hitting.
So
Like it's
your
just like a maelstrom.
your
pretty much.
first attack lashes right out to the dragon, but as it's kind of pulling backwards and backhanding Charlemagne, you pretty much lash and cut right in front of where it was. Your second attack with your offhand actually cuts it right across the forearm, and you notice the skin flay open, and no blood escapes, but there is green ichor that comes out. The third attack, as it's kind of withdrawing after your in your onslaught, it again goes wide and goes right above the dragon's head, and it lets out a groan of pain, and you can see its one good eye kind of fixate on you. Maleth.
I'm sorry. So one of them hit.
Yes, one of them hit.
Okay. Yeah, that was the damage then.
Yep,
the
yep.
15.
I took it as that.
Okay.
All right, Maleth, you are up.
Okay, can I cast Flaming Spear on this thing?
Okay.
If that's possible. I'm guessing I need to roll to hit.
No, it will just make a reflex save. So you cast Flaming
Okay.
Sphere, and as you do so, this ball of fire pretty much materializes in the air above the dragon and just falls into it, pretty much. What is the DC on that?
I wrote that down last time you asked me that. Let me get to the page.
You're good. I'm pretty sure he failed the save. So,
I think it was 17.
yeah.
No,
The-
no, it was 14 plus spell level. Oh no, that's the opposite. Sorry. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he fails to save, or it fails to save. The ball of fire collides with it, and you can just smell the searing flesh. And again, just as the ichor leaves its body, you notice the sides are just getting seared shut, and you see smoke rising from the dragon, and it lets out a shriek of pain.
Okay. Do I need to
And-
roll for damage then? Because I think it's
yeah.
3d6.
Yes, go ahead and roll for damage. And then, Prince, what is it that you're going to do? Because as the dragon is enveloped by this fire for the moment, it turns its head towards you and Maleth, and it begins lumbering towards you. Will provoke an attack of opportunity, Nomad.
Okay.
Do I do stuff before that, or
Yes, go ahead.
does he attack now?
He is moving towards you.
Okay, so I can act? Is that
Yes,
I'm asking if
you
I can
can
act? Okay.
Yes, please do.
Well,
That is a hit, by the way, Nomad. Yeah, 16 damage. You lash into it right across the belly, and you notice there is some opening of matter there, but nothing falls out.
I'm going to continue the dance I'm doing.
And it's
as
going
a-
towards the.
It's going past you towards Maleth and Prince, and I guess also Hestia.
I'm going to continue the untethering steps as a free action
Okay. Does it have
Right
to
now?
make a save every time?
turn, and I have to roll again, I think.
Okay.
But I do have a question. Since the +5 was used on the performance and the performance is still going, does it still get the +5? Or I guess you just figured that out. But I'm going to roll the dance.
That is a good question. What's the ability that's giving the +5?
There's two. There's Songbird and then Imperial Focus. Imperial Focus is a feat that allows me to add +2 to a skill check once per day. And Songbird is a swift action spell that accompanies a performance when I do it. They're both in my sheet, and I think I filled them out so you can read them on there.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it real quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Oh my god. It doesn't matter anyways.
Okay, yeah. So it will just be for when you make that perform check itself. It's not tied to the performance, just that perform. So Okay. And is that
Well, I roll terribly anyways.
is that a standard action or is that a move action to use that performance?
That to maintain a performance, it's just a free action.
Okay, just
once
a free
I do
action.
it, that's the
Okay.
yeah.
So
I
are you
still
doing,
have my move.
Okay. You still have your move in your
Yep.
standard. Are you doing anything with that?
Yes, I am going to do another performance from the oratory from the
Okay.
vindictive.
All right.
So-
What do you accompany that with? Because I want you as you're calling down what you're doing. I want you to play that off, because you're physically and verbally calling it down.
Okay, I will say.
And so tell me who the target is and tell me what you say, and I will illustrate what happens.
It's also a 30 feet line, by the way. So I don't think I actually needed a target for it. But anyways, I will say the target is the dragon. I will say let the voice of Ashava wash away this undeath.
Okay. Give me just a moment. So it
And I
is
rolled-
vertical. It is 30 foot, but it is vertical. So it's
Okay,
going
it's
towards a
vertical.
specific point.
Yes, and it is elemental thunder.
Okay.
And I rolled a 39 against a 25 DC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you have a plus 25. I think you have a 0% chance of failing that. So
I have a 5% chance of failing.
depends on
Thank
if
you
it's
very
some-
much.
it depends on if I'm going to rule the one as an automatic fail, and it depends on the circumstances.
Okay.
So so what is it you say again?
God, I forgot already.
May the voice
Let
of Ashava-
let the voice of Ashava wash away this undeath.
A bolt of lightning streaks from the ceiling, and the coloring looks off, and it sounds much more ferocious than a typical lightning strike does, which is saying something. And this lightning strikes the dragon right on the wing, and you can see the flesh splinter as... Go ahead and roll damage for me, but you can see the flesh splinter as the bolt streaks through the wing, ripping apart the membranes that are connecting the different parts.
How do I add more dice roll to the thing?
Right click.
Okay, right click times 5. Okay.
Yep. Wow, that was okay. So the bolt of lightning streaks down, and the dragon lunges towards you. What is your AC, Hestia? What is your AC, Prince?
I
And
haven't
also
actually had to look at my
Nomad.
AC.
Your AC was what again?
22.
Okay.
My AC is 19.
Okay. So let me double check the bonuses on this.
I didn't actually get to do my move action. Can I do that after he lunges at me?
Yeah, yeah, you can. Okay, you said your AC was what, Parley? Or Nomad?
22.
22? Okay. So, as this lunges forward, it just gashes both Maleth and Prince. It gashes both of you with its claws. And you will both take... Let me check.
I accidentally left some wounds on here from when Maleth hit me before we slept. Does the sleep get rid of those wounds?
It will get rid of some of them.
It was 14. How much of 14 does it get rid of?
Actually 10.
10?
I
Okay,
believe you
so...
heal your whole hit dice per round. Also,
Okay.
I think you got healed from Hestios. You're probably back to full.
Oh, that was after
Yeah.
the heal. That was... I
Oh, that
healed
was
part
after.
of it? Yes,
Okay.
that was after the heal.
Okay, so
Maleth
I
hit me
healed
really
him
hard.
too.
so
Oh, you
Prince,
did?
Prince,
Okay.
you'll take 12 points of damage, and Maleth, you're going to take 18 points of damage. And then as it's lunging forward, Nomad, you are slapped by its tail. Go ahead and make a reflex save to not get knocked down.
Dragon's just manhandling you, Nomad.
And you will take 23 points of damage.
Did he make the save?
19, yes. You're able to keep your footing,
Okay.
but it knocks you back as it does this.
What was the damage?
Where was it? 23.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mind? I completely forgot about Channel Vigor. I should have had one extra attack with my whip
Sure, go ahead. I'll let you
from
take
before. Okay, thank you.
it. So I'll actually have you take that
Great.
now as it's... So actually, here's what happens. So it knocks you back, but the way that you keep yourself from falling is you lash out and you actually get a nice solid hit on its tail higher up closer to the body, and that's how you stabilize yourself from not falling, is as you lash it with your whip. And the
Alright.
damage was 12?
Yeah.
Okay. And at this point the dragon is cut up in a ton of different places. Hestia, your turn. Or wait, Prince, you had your move. And then
Yes.
Hestia.
If I move, am I gonna trigger an attack of opportunity from this dragon? Like if I physically move?
Unless you take a 5-foot step, yes.
Well, I'm just gonna sit here, but I'm gonna use my move action to actually activate another performance. I'm going to inspire courage with
Okay.
my lyre. So I'm just gonna be playing music after I just got hit. I know it doesn't make sense, but there you go. Inspire courage. So everyone gets +2 on, I think, attack, damage, and anyone who can hear it that's party members. Let me make sure it's +2. At 5th level and every you get another plus. Yeah, it's +2. Yes. Morale bonus to saving throws against charm and fear effects. Competence bonus on attack and weapon damage rolls.
Is it convenient for you to copy and paste like the bonuses that we're getting from your songs into the Fantasy Grounds chat?
Yes, I would greatly appreciate that.
Either there or actually maybe even better in the
Well,
in-game chat of Discord.
Hestia, you can right-click the 6-sided dice and pick 3, by the way.
In Fantasy Grounds, I actually put Inspire Courage there. So you can just click
Oh,
it,
I see.
and it'll tell you what it gives you.
I'll take
I'm
it.
level 10. Well, actually, I'm a level 7 bar. Well, I'm not going to tell you, but it's a +2.
I click it and it does nothing.
Click
Doing
on
that
the
for anyone
red
else.
dragon part.
Yes, I did.
It's
It's not
really?
doing anything.
Do you have the right modules loaded up?
It works for me when I click it, but
You should be able to do it as long as you have the Pathfinder core rules activated.
I certainly do, because that's where I dragged so many.
I do as well.
well, I can just put it. I'll just type it into what chat should I put it in?
It's weird.
Just,
I'll just type it here. +2
Yeah.
morale to
yeah, that's good.
saving throws.
Okay, Hestia, what are you doing?
I summon ball lightning and I point one towards the vampire and one towards the dragon.
Okay,
If it enters their space, it should do 9 points of damage.
so it does multiple balls of lightning?
2. Well,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, 2.
Let me double check what the effect is. Okay. So reflex save and 3d6 damage. Yeah. So the dragon is able to evade the ball of lightning as it shot towards it. The vampire, though, tucked up in the corner as he is, takes the full brunt of the damage. The gosh, what's it called? Yeah. So, all right. You shoot off those lightning. Is there anything? Actually, hold on one moment. Sorry. Gabriel, you are up next, so get ready. As you... Okay. So as the dragon is doing this, it lays down one of its clawed feet on Charlemagne, and he lets out a cry in pain as the foot pretty much crushes him into the ground.
Ooh.
Gabriel, it is your turn. You are phasing out again.
What about now?
A little better.
Better. By the way, Charlemagne draws a dagger from his belt and is like stabbing it into the dragon's foot.
Okay, I am going to shoot the dragon's foot, but not too close to Charlemagne.
Okay. The same foot that is hitting Charlemagne?
That is trapping him, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot 3 arrows, because I got my feet, so I'll do that. So, I know the attack is, the attack roll is different for each, but the damage is 1d8
Okay.
plus 3d6. 2d6 from Bane Undead and 1d6 from Radiant Arrow. And then my bow is +1 as well.
Okay.
Plus my bonus.
Okay, so go ahead and make your rolls. Or wait, do you need me to make your rolls?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Don't forget the +2 from the song.
Yes.
Yeah, +2.
Oh, you don't have your attacks loaded in. That's why it's not there. Okay. Give me just a moment. Actually,
So it should be under combat and then my...
Yeah, no, I can find it. I
rank.
just
Yeah.
wasn't sure where I was looking. You don't have your weapons loaded in, that's why.
Oh.
Ranged looks off. That's because I'm on the wrong character. Clicked on Dunsinane and I'm like, man, Gabriel's stuff sucks.
He is not good at building a character.
Yeah, like what's going on here? He has no stats. Okay, there we are. Okay, alright, so this is, you're doing many shot followed by another attack, or is this 3 separate attacks?
Yeah. It's 2 shots are from many shot, and then instead of a move, I'm doing another attack.
Okay. Do you have rapid shot?
I do.
Okay. Because with many shot, your first arrow would have. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay, and then since it's against undead, you do get a +2 to hit as well, right? An extra +2 from what's listed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. The +2 is listed there already. That's why my range attack to hit with range is so high.
Okay. I see. All right, so here is what happens. Your first two arrows, for the two arrows from the mini shot, and then the second shot goes wide. So with rapid shot, you're able to shoot again, and so you're able to just take an extra attack at your main attack bonus. So you'll be able to get a total of 3 shots with 4 arrows if you use mini shot and rapid shot as part of a full round attack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You see your first your first 2 shots, so 3 arrows, go wide. Both of them just miss the dragon. The last one hits the dragon right in the wrist, and the arrow just sticks in, and you can just, you can see the tendons as they're severed from the thing. As they're severed from the wrist as your arrow hits it. And the...
Wait, sorry, what happened again? I hit at the wrist and then what?
1 second. Alright, so you take your first shot, which is the 2 arrows, and it misses. You take your second shot, which is 1 arrow, and it also narrowly misses your target. Your last shot is a crit. And it hits right in the tendon of the wrist as it's kind of as it's got its foot like holding down Charlemagne, and you actually are able to see as the tendons kind of like separate and pull apart, and it lifts its claw from off of Charlemagne, arrow still embedded in the wrist.
Nice.
Okay. Is there... okay, that's your full round, right?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. Did that description make sense?
Yeah, totally did.
Yeah, so first 3 arrows just miss. Last one gets embedded in the wrist and separates the tendon, and it raises its claw off of Charlemagne. Jasper, your turn. Nomad, you're on deck.
So how's Mayleth looking after that hit?
She has blood running down her chest, but other than that, she doesn't look like it hit her too bad, but it's definitely done some damage.
And Jasper would know that she would react to enervation the same way undead normally would.
Yes. I believe so. Is enervation just straight damage? I can't remember.
Well, if you're undead, it provides temporary hit points.
Oh, okay. Then yes. She reacts to negative energy the way that undead do.
Alright, I'll cast Enervation on Mayleth. So let's see. So it's 1d4. Let's see what I roll. Alright, that's 15 temporary hit points for an hour.
Sweet, thank you.
Yep.
Maylith would probably nod your direction if she realized it's you who did that, but...
How close is Jasper to the dragon?
At this point, you're about 10 feet away. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, Jasper is definitely gonna, I guess I'm still at 20 movement speed since my leg is a little bad, but I'm definitely gonna move the full 20 feet if I can.
Okay. As you do so, the vampire above you drops down and hits the ground, and it looks at you all with fierce anger in its eyes, and draws a rapier and a dagger, and adopts an offensive stance. Nomad.
As actually, Jasper does have a swift action.
Go ahead. Did you want to do something? He does this as you're kind of backing up, so go ahead.
Okay. And actually... Nope, not worth using at the moment. I apologize.
Alright, Nomad, you're up.
Okay. I would like to try to trip dragon.
Okay, go ahead. verify what its CMB is. Or CMD, not CMB. Okay, and is that with or without the +2 from...
That is without the +2.
Okay.
That's a 40 total.
You wrap your whip around the leg of the dragon that... Let's see, which leg would you go for? It has the stump leg, it has the leg that just had the tendon shredded by the arrow, and then it has its two front legs.
The tendon shredded, and the way that I would maybe try to do it is to see, like, when it was moving around, to see if, you know, like, if it moved forward and put weight on its left foot and, you know, took some off of its right, then I would go for, like, the right foot, you know, and, like,
Yeah.
just pull with all of my strength. So I
Okay.
would try to take advantage of its balance against it.
Okay, so the dragon, and keep in mind this dragon is about 10 feet at the shoulder. It is much bigger than all of you. So it's huge size. You're all medium, then large, and then huge. So it's big. And you wrap the whip around its leg, and at the opportune moment you pull, and this thing comes crashing down to the ground. Go ahead and call high or low.
Hi.
Okay. It comes crashing to the ground, narrowly missing Charlemagne.
Precision.
Of course, of course.
Giga Chad Nomad just making Charlemagne crap his pants for nothing.
Alright, and then I will just attack it.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead and give me your attack rolls. Because you have 2 attacks left.
That was the extra one from Channel Vigor.
Oh, okay. So you have 3 attacks left. Okay, first 2 hit. Last one is a miss. Or I guess, no, that's your offhand that's a miss. So let me... Okay.
Luna, what are you eating?
Okay, give me 1 second.
Alright.
Okay, so you swing with your first attack, and you connect very, very solidly. And let's see, how much damage did you do? Okay, yeah, so you deliver 19 points of damage, and you can tell this thing is starting to get absolutely shredded apart. Your second attack goes in, and you just miss it. You barely miss it. And then your third attack comes back around, and you connect again right in the neck of the dragon. And again, ichor just spills across the ground. Malith, your turn.
The dragon is still alive then?
Yes, the dragon is still alive.
Okay, I'm going to use my Holy Water Jet exploit on
Okay.
it then.
Go ahead.
Okay, it can do a reflex save. The DC would be 19. But then since I'm level 10 now, it'll do 5d8 points of damage plus my charisma mod, so if it
Okay.
hits.
Is it a reflex save or is it a ranged touch?
I think the thing says reflex save. Let me double check.
Yeah.
This creates a 30-foot line of water that deals damage equal to 1d8 points of damage plus blah blah blah. Creatures in the area of effect can attempt a reflex saving throw to have the damage.
Have the damage. Okay, so it's able to kind of, as it's on the ground trying to pick itself back up, it moves to the side and it's able to kind of evade a decent amount of the jet, but
Yeah.
it still takes damage. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Let's see. Prince,
So these
go ahead.
things plus
The dragon.
4.
The dragon begins to pick itself up, but you can see light coming from its throat as it opens its jaws and it's preparing to let something forth. Prince, what are you doing?
The liquid that we saw come out of it, you said it looked poisonous, or what?
It looks like a mixture of pus and ooze and acid.
Can I tell if it's magical or non-magical? Is there a way to tell that?
It will be difficult to tell in the moment. You can go ahead and make a perception check, but discerning anything specific about it will be difficult. So, depending on your perception check, you might be able to tell that it appears magical. From your quick glance, you're guessing that it's just the sort of goop that you'd expect from a zombie.
And is that typically magical?
Great question. You can't think of it in the moment whether it is or not.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
as my move action, I'm just going to untethering steps, but I'm not going to do the dragon this time. I'm going to do the vampire.
Okay, go ahead. Or I guess, yeah, go ahead and make your thing.
Okay. Whoops. Hold on. And I also need to update how many performances I've used. I'll do that
You're
in a
good.
second.
And it is half speed, right? If it's successful.
It is. I will tell you exactly.
It is successful.
But it's also, if I do 10 above, it is any target who is equal or exceeded becomes sickened. If it's 10 or more, it becomes staggered. Staggered, I think, means it can only make either a move action or an
Okay.
attack.
Okay, so the vampire pretty much doubles over from the effect of your thing. You can almost see the notes of magic in the air from what you're doing. And as they kind of almost wrap around him and constrict him, you can see it's taking a visible effect on him.
Okay. Now, that was my move action. As
Okay.
my standard, I'm going to do something off the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to
Literally off the
ready.
wall, or okay, go ahead.
No. I'm going to if this is absolutely not going to work, and my character would know this,
Go ahead and
let
tell
me
me what you're
know.
going to do, and I will give you that answer.
Okay, I want to prepare to do, or ready in action to do Tears to Wine against whatever comes out of his mouth. Tear to Wine says it can get rid of rotten, diseased, poisonous, or otherwise contaminated drinks, tears, seawater, or similar fluids, as long as it's not magical.
Okay.
That's sick.
Here is what I will say first, and then I will answer as an engineer. Does it say similar fluids, or does it just
It said-
say other fluids?
It says similar fluids to rotten, diseased, poison, or otherwise contaminated drinks, tears, seawater, or similar fluid. The spell does not prevent subsequent natural decay or spoilage.
Okay. I want you to call high. So here's what I'll tell you. You would actually go ahead and make a knowledge arcana check.
Actually, there's more of it. Hold on.
Okay.
Unholy water or similar liquids of significance are spoiled by Tears to Wine, but the
Sure.
spell has no effect on creatures of any type or on magic potions.
Make a knowledge arcana check.
Okay. I will make a knowledge arcana check. Sorry, I'm kind of slow with this. I have a lot of knowledge.
Listen, that bonus to wisdom and intelligence.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Don't forget the
I
plus
do
5.
have that. Plus
Okay.
5.
Here's what I'll tell you. You would know that dragon's breath is not a liquid; it is a vapor.
Okay.
However,
And-
call high or low because vapor is a fluid.
Okay. I will call high. I'll just go high. I'll go high.
Your guess is that it's not fluid enough. It's not what's the word? It's not viscous enough for Tears to Wine to work on it.
Okay. Well then, I will just do. Okay, so that vampire has the -5.
Yes.
I think it's negative. I don't know how much it is, and maybe I don't know what staggered
He's
does.
staggered. He's staggered.
Okay.
He's severely hampered from what he's doing.
I am going to cast, and I'm going to click all the bardic performances
Yep,
to make
you're good.
this work. But I'm going to cast Confusion on him. But I want it does a. The thing about Confusion is it hits all creatures in a 15 feet burst. Is
Okay.
he 15 feet in like
He
close
is
to
not
somebody?
15 feet from anybody actually at the moment. He's about 20 feet from Jasper. So
Okay, well, I'm going to cast Confusion on him, and I have a lot of bardic performances to click after this, so don't be
yeah,
alarmed.
So real quick, just to make sure, and actually, I'm gonna send you a message because I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay. Yes. Yes. To answer your question, yes.
Okay, all right, perfect. That's what I thought. That's what I was.
But
I was
it's
understanding.
gonna cost me bardic performances to do this. But
Okay, so everybody, I want you to really quickly, if you would have noticed what Prince is doing, please make a knowledge religion check.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Here it comes.
And then Hestia, you are about to be next. You're going to go after the dragon thing.
Freaking rolls.
Okie doke.
Okay, but okay. So Jasper, Maleth, Nomad. I will roll for you, Gabriel. Hestia, did you want to roll your knowledge religion?
Yes.
Jasper, Maleth, and Hestia, you all know that it occurs to you now that a lot of the magical effects that Prince has been using don't normally affect undead, and yet they seem to be affected by them. Charm, person, his bardic performance that's hindering him, a lot of these different things, they shouldn't be affecting undead. Okay.
the DC, it's a 3rd level bard spell plus my charisma. It's 10 plus the plus the level of the spell plus the modifier, right?
What is the effect? Because he rolled a nat 1.
Oh, alright. The effect is, the spell causes confusion in the target, making them unable to determine their actions. Roll on the following table at the start of each subject's turn, each round, to see what it does in that round.
Okay, that's confusion.
Yes. 0 to 25.
I will just look up the table,
Okay.
so don't worry. Okay, so
It gets one action, and...
he gets one action, and it's not a thing that he gets to choose.
And it's also, he gets a -2 penalty on saving throws. That's from Shaken, because I looked up the untethering steps. He's not just staggered, he's shaken and staggered.
Okay, all right. Hestia, what are you going to do? Because as this all begins, the dragon pretty much whips its head around and lets forth a gush of what appears to be... Oh gosh, hold on 1 second. That moment.
Acid.
Okay, no, I already told you that it's a vapor. So, okay, poisonous gas leaks forward rushes forward out of the dragon's mouth, and it kind of, rather than doing it just kind of a straight shot, it whips its head back and forth and pretty much creates a cloud around you all. So everybody go ahead and make a fortitude save.
I'm going to cast Control Winds and try and blow it away from us, probably towards the dragon.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Actually, Go ahead and make...
Actually, I'll blow it up towards the vampire up there.
Okay, the vampire's
I'll
gone.
make
But you can just send it up to the ceiling.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Go ahead and make a reflex save. I want to see how quickly you react to him doing that. Because you had a decent amount of wind-up. Actually, no. Sense motive. Give me a sense motive, not a reflex. Okay.
Oh,
You will not... You don't succeed in doing that until after it gets the vapor out to everybody. So you're able to redirect the vapor, but everyone's going to have to make a fortitude save first anyway. Okay,
How do you have a +9, Jasper? As a caster, how on earth?
I mean, I have a +9, and I'm a bard.
Oh, sorry, that's not taking into account the. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Are you guys? Does the bardic performance give a +2 to just saves in general, or is it just?
That one's
dance
off.
fear?
I ended that one when
Oh,
I started
okay.
dancing,
Oh, okay.
but it wouldn't anyways. It's only fear and charm for that one.
Okay. I still need a save from Hestia and Gabriel.
A reflex
Gabriel, I can
save?
do you. Fortitude save for the poison.
Yeah,
As
he
the
can do
poison
you.
fills
Sorry.
the air. Okay, Gabriel, you are unaffected by the poison. Hestia, you are unaffected by the poison. Prince, you are unaffected by the poison. Nomad, you are affected by the poison, and it's going to...
Wait, hold
Oh,
on.
God.
I have something to help him. I have an
Okay.
immediate action that I
Okay,
want to do.
what do you have?
I have saving finale. I can. It's a immediate action that I can use anytime. You must have a bardic performance in effect, which I do. The dance with a flourish, you can immediately end your bardic performance when a creature within range affected by your bardic performance fails a saving throw, allowing the subject to immediately reroll the saving
You
throw.
get to choose either Jasper or Nomad, because they both failed. It is your choice.
Who looks like they would suffer more from it?
I also failed, just
Oh,
saying.
you did? Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
Failed
I
hard.
didn't notice that. Maleth saved or failed the worst. It was so low, I skipped over it and didn't even notice it.
I should have
Okay.
kept my mouth shut then.
Well,
So Maleth,
you know,
Nomad, and Jasper all... Well, don't forget, Maleth burned you yesterday.
yes. Okay. Well,
Yeah, this is true.
That's
This is
true.
true.
That's why he's not considering her even.
Maleth you.
He
Yes.
just jumps over Maleth as a possibility just as easily as I did.
So,
Given that, I should have kept my mouth shut.
I will saving finale on Jasper to allow him to re-roll
Okay,
it.
go ahead and reroll, Jasper.
Also, keep in mind that Dance should be going for 2 more rounds because I have lingering performance. So when I end a performance, it will continue on for 2 more rounds.
No!
Jasper!
Jasper, you wasted it, dude.
I did.
Okay. All right. Okay, the poison fills each of your what's it called? Each of your lungs, and Jasper, Nomad, and Maleth, you will all take, let's see, it's going to be 5d6 damage of poison. So you will all take 20 points of damage. Everybody else will take 10 points of damage.
I tried, Jasper.
And then you hear Charlemagne gasping and wheezing and coughing on the
I
ground.
forgot about Charlemagne.
As he is trying to get up. He's struggling to his feet, and yeah. Okay, so and as that happens, Hestia, you redirect the gas, and the mist also are just blown up, and they both dissipate completely from that. The vampire, okay, so at this point, Charlemagne kind of stumbles to his feet. grasping his side, and you can see blood trailing down a wound in his stomach. You can't tell how bad it is from where you're at, but he gets up and he lunges towards the dragon and pretty much lays into it with his dagger, and the dragon pays him no mind. Gabriel, you will be up, but first, before you go, the vampire, let's see what he does. Okay. The vampire slowly pulls himself to his feet and turns and begins lumbering towards one of the exits in the hallway. Gabriel, you're up. What are you doing, Gabriel? Did we lose Gabriel? No, he's just muted. Gabriel. Okay, we might have to come back to Gabriel.
No.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, Jasper, you're up next. I'm sending a message.
How's that dragon right now?
He is looking torn apart, but doesn't seem to be slowed down.
Jeez. All right. So.
Though you do know that undead can just sometimes go and go and go until they drop.
Right. Well, I don't want to overcompensate, but I'd rather live. So, let's see, raise 30 feet, right?
Yep, easily in range. And still on the ground.
All right, so
And
I will go
raise also
ahead.
hit touch AC, which large creatures are notorious for having very low touch AC.
Yep. Plus, these rays have a crit threat of 19 to 20, so that's a 10% chance of critting. All right, now let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to do the damaging, or my class's equivalent of cure critical wounds. So 4d8. All right, let's see it, baby. And then
Go ahead
make it the modifiers. It's
make your
plus
array
9. Yeah.
Well, don't forget your ray. So give me the attack roll first.
Oh well, okay. Let's do that. So with the skills bonus that I have, what is that again? The weapon training.
That's just an extra +1.
Good. All right. I just do it as like a normal weapon attack, essentially, like whatever the bonus is, but then the extra +1. It's been so long since I've done this. I apologize.
Yeah, you're good.
Wait, which stat is it? Is it my intelligence stat or?
No, it's your dexterity.
Oh, my dex. Okay, so that'll be a total of +3, +1. Okay, so I got it now. Roll.
Okay, so you'll hit. It does not crit, but you get a full-fledged hit right. Where would you be aiming, by the way?
His face.
Okay, so pretty much actually, as it's kind of letting out its breath attack, you hit it right in the face, and it recoils, and the skin where it was just pulls back, and it's just complete, like it opens up pretty much the entire left side of its mouth, So now it's like it's got its mouth open, but the left side of its face is just gaping open as well. And the dragon, you can see it is, I mean, at this point, it's like, I mean, it was a walking corpse before, but it is falling apart. You are surprised this thing is even still standing. Gabriel, do we have you again?
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I use my swift action. I can actually put what's called a Deathbane onto my... I'll put it on my cane as my bludgeoning weapon. And I'll walk up to the vampire who dropped down with its rapier. And,
So it's a swift action to do this?
yes, it is. So I just use... well, not the Ray thing, but this Deathbane that I'm doing. I basically expend 2 uses of this one thing, and it's a swift action. It's just part of my class's resource pool, and yeah, now my cane has Undead Bane on it, just for 1 round. But I'm gonna walk right up to the vampire and say, "Get out of here." And that's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Okay. What was the reason you put Undead Bane on your cane? Because you can't strike him with it right now because you don't have a standard
I know.
action.
Well,
Oh,
we'll see.
wait. Never mind. I know the answer to that. Okay. Gabriel, do we have you again?
I am here.
Okay.
I am here.
Do you know what's been happening, or do you need me to give you a very quick recap?
Quick recap.
Okay. Since your last turn, Nomad tripped the dragon. Jasper... Oh gosh, what did you do previously, Jasper?
Oh, you mean the one with enervation?
Enervation. Okay, so
Malith?
Jasper had cast a spell on Malith to give her a bit more strength and health. Nomad tripped the dragon and then laid into it with 3 strikes. And then Prince completely, practically incapacitated the vampire, who then began running away. But then the dragon let out a poisonous breath, which hurt everyone in the party. And then Hestia cast a spell to pretty much get rid of the poisonous breath and the mist that's been around. So now it is your turn. The dragon is still going, but it is falling apart.
Okay, then as a swift action, I'm going to switch my judgment from protection to justice. So instead of getting the +3 to AC, I get a +3 to attack.
Okay.
And then I just attack the dragon again, just like I did last time.
Okay. Let me.
But just aiming in general at the dragon instead of just the foot.
Okay, so it is still on the ground, so it is going to be much easier to hit, which is to your benefit.
Yay. That's a big floof.
Okay. Let me double check AC.
Hello, floof.
That's a sassy. She's probably the least floofiest of my cats.
Okay, and then...
Are quite sassy.
Alright, you unleash your arrows, and you miss with the first 2. And so you miss with the first 2, you hear them clatter to the ground behind, and then your second 2 arrows streak right into the dragon and hit it full body. 1 second. Nomad, you will be next, so give me just a second. Okay, Nomad, your turn.
Can I tell how close to death the dragon is?
Go ahead and make a heal check. Actually, no. Make that a knowledge religion check. Unless your heal is higher. In which case I will allow you to make that. But the DC for knowledge religion will be lower.
Also, you have a +5. Sorry.
Yes.
I just
Oh, yeah. Well, to both. It'll be to both. Gabriel, are you getting my texts, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Nomad, you know that the body needs to be in a certain condition in order to hold on to the necromantic energies that undead use to pretty much mobilize them. And... 1 second. Let me check something for you real quick. Okay. Yeah, so the dragon, it's surprising that it's still up, but it's got to be close to death at this point.
Okay.
Melee
Well, I
you're
will
on deck,
say-
by the way.
I'll say to the rest of everybody else, don't let the vampire get away.
oh, trust me, I don't plan to.
And Jasper just grins at the vampire.
Okay. Nomad, are you going to attack or are you doing anything?
Yes, I'm going to attack.
Okay, first attack is a... Ooh, what's your crit range?
20.
20? Okay. First attack is a hit, second attack is going to be a miss, and then the... Actually, okay. Your offhand is going to be a hit, and then your third attack is a miss. So, you... Oh, that's right, you get a... fourth attack. Okay. That one will also miss. Okay, so you're going to hit with 2, miss with 2. And you notice a similar phenomenon to what you noticed last time. But you lay into it and the gashes appear from the hits, and the dragon is just roaring in pain at this point. Maleth, you're up. The dragon is still going, dripping ichor on the ground, and I mean, at this point, it's got half of its body parts are hanging limply. It's got one of its wings is completely decimated, and you know, it's got tendons and muscles just flailing all over the place.
After I hit, I'm going to shout to everybody, kill the vampire first. And that's it.
Where's the vampire he's talking about? Like, how far am I from him? And
He's pretty much...
what's he doing?
So, okay, so he's about 20 feet away from you, and he's hunched over as he's trying to get away. But Jasper had walked right up next to him before, so he's about 15 feet away from Nomad now. He's getting closer to Nomad, trying to get away from all of you, but going towards one of the corridors that goes to the side.
Okay. I would like to move up enough to be as close to him as Nomad is, if that's possible.
Okay.
Within like 15 feet.
Yep.
And cast, gosh, what is this? Fire Breath.
Okay.
Wait, isn't that AoE? Isn't Dude sitting right next to the vampire? Isn't Jasper sitting right next to him?
Oh, is it Jasper sitting next to the vampire?
I think he
Yes,
is.
vampire, or
Right in
Jasper
front
is
of him.
right next to the vampire.
Okay, never mind. I don't do that.
I was like setting 2 people on fire in 2 different sessions.
I was
do
just
not
gonna
do
let it happen, you know?
I didn't realize
Thought it
that
was in
Sir Jasper
character.
was. I did not
I see
realize
you can
that
do
Sir
it. Don't
Jasper
listen to me.
was.
Just do it. Malith wasn't paying
No.
attention.
If Malef saw Jasper there, she absolutely would not do that.
I mean, you could easily get to a position and cast that without hitting Jasper.
okay, if I can do that and
Yes.
know I can, then yes, I will do that.
Okay. So I presume you move your flaming
Actually,
sphere. Well, you're. Oh, okay.
It's the fire breath I meant to cast.
Yeah. By the way, your flaming sphere has still been sitting on the dragon, doing damage each round. As long as it
awesome.
doesn't, as long as it doesn't make the save. Same thing, I believe, Hestia with your electric spheres. It takes a move action to move them. Or
So
your
a
ball
reflex
lightnings.
save on fire breath has the damage, and the DC would be 17. Otherwise, it's two. It's let's see here.
And what is the penalty that he has to his saves because of being staggered?
-2.
-2. Okay.
And it's sickened.
Okay.
The penalties is sickened.
Sickened.
Staggered is the move in standard action.
Let's see. It's a thrice during the spell's duration. I can belch forth a cone of fire. The first cone deals 4d6 points of fire damage. Yes. I haven't used this one in a while.
Okay.
And there's 2 more cones later on.
Yep. Okay, so you breathe fire forward, and in his current state, he's unable to evade it. And he takes the full brunt of the flame. You can smell the char. And... Okay.
Was this who takes the damage?
The vampire. Prince, it is your turn as the dragon pretty much pushes itself up into the air, and with a flap of its wing, it pretty much lifts itself up enough to
He provokes an attack of opportunity if he gets up.
He will. He is lunging forward towards Prince. So Prince, you will have an action before he gets to you.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I could move. That would have.
You
If
will,
I move,
you will not. He will be able to reach you whether you move or not.
okay. To handle him or to do something to the vampire. I am going to. I'm just gonna take the hit from
Okay.
the. But before I get an action before that, still right?
Yep.
All right. Well, my untethering step is still going.
Yep.
But the only reason I'm starting a new one is so I can possibly end it to do another thing. That's why I'm doing it.
Okay.
So I'm going to untethering step the vampire again.
But
to make
also
sure
try
it's
to do
fit.
the dragon again. Or sorry, go
I
ahead.
I can't do both of them at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I will try to finish off. I'm gonna do a perform check against the dragon actually as a standard action to do
Okay.
the
Lightning?
strike or thunder. It's not lightning.
Yes.
It's thunder.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do the oratory perform, and as I say it, I'm going to repeat the line I said before. Let the voice of Ashava wash away this undeath. Ooh, 30. That's still above. I don't think I can fail it actually.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't. Your bonus is what you need to get.
Okay.
1 second.
I think the bonus is 25. Like,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Your bonus is 25. You need to get a 25 to succeed.
yeah, I got a 30. So should I go ahead and roll? Does it work?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Yeah, it works. Of course it works.
32. That was a big roll.
Okay. Okay, so the Thunderbolt hits it right in the mouth, and its jaw just kind of drops and unhinges itself, and it's just hanging loosely from the shockwave of this Thunderbolt. And so as it comes forward and it tries to land its teeth in you, it strikes at you with both claws, and it Okay. So despite the lower jaw not being connected anymore, the teeth just sink right into your shoulder. And what is your AC, by the way?
19.
Okay. So the first claw misses and kind of crumbles to the ground, but the second claw digs right into your back and comes around behind you and kind of pulls you in as the teeth sink into your flesh.
Also, if there's a saving throw, I do have a feat that allows me +4 sacred bonus against saving throws against undead.
Okay.
But that's not going to be added, so just to let you know if you're doing any saving throws. So do I take damage?
Yep, you were going to take... oh, sorry, I forgot to roll the damage.
Oh, and I didn't do the perform for the vampire sicken.
You're fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to take... That is going to be 50 points of damage.
Ooh, ouch. That hurt. 50 added to that. Okay. Ouch.
Okay. Hestia, it is your turn.
Did my attack of opportunity hit
Oh, sorry. What was the roll? 22.
22.
That is a miss. So it strikes,
Okay.
but it just glances off the bone that is now very readily visible through the flesh.
I'm going to move my orb back into the dragon.
Okay.
So, well, both of them, yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah, if the other vampire is gone.
Okay, give me a moment. Okay. Charlemagne picks himself up and he stumbles back to the wall and drawing his sword, he again just starts laying into the dragon, yelling out a cry. For Zalkier!
I would actually...
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I mean, how injured does he look?
He is bleeding from his stomach, but other than that, his wounds appear to be superficial. And even the stomach injury doesn't look like it's too deep. It looks like it probably is more to the side. But you can see.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just worried about him. No, it's fine. If he doesn't look too injured, then I will.
Yeah, he doesn't look too injured, really. But yeah, he lets out a cry for Zalkier, and he just starts laying into the dragon. Okay. Do you do anything else, Hestia? Because I believe that's only your move action to get the ball lightning there.
Okay, well then I will do a wall of flame.
Where at?
Is the dragon flying or on
The dragon
ground?
is still on the ground. It's actually not been able to get back up fully
Just
onto
in
its
the
legs.
center. Just in the center of the dragon.
Okay. Okay, so you create this wall of flame pretty much right going through the dragon.
Please face it away from me. Please. Because that might kill
Away
me.
from Prince.
Because I should be right next to it, and if that wall of flame is facing me, I'm probably going to die.
Okay, sorry.
Prince, you're dead as sin.
Everyone wants to hit Prince with flames.
I don't know why everybody wants to set me on fire.
It's just natural.
Everyone gets their comeuppance.
Hestia, are you reading messages as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Gabriel, it is your turn. Jasper, you're on deck.
Okay. Oh, so it's not a real dragon. Guys, we should stop fighting this. I don't think it's real.
What do you say or what do you do in character? Do you just say it like that?
Yeah.
Oh, me or Hestia?
Did you hear what Hestia said, Gabriel?
Kind of.
Go ahead and repeat that, Hestia.
Guys,
Feel free
I
to
don't
do it
think
in
this
character.
dragon is real. Let's not keep fighting it.
That's why I was saying attack the vampire. I say that in character.
With my +3 for my judgment, that stacks on top of all my other bonuses, I will attack the same way that I have attacked a dragon, the vampire.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot the vampire.
Wow. I just rolled for you, Gabriel, and you got a 1, a 6, and a 3 as your rolls. Gosh.
Does a 6 hit?
6 total.
That was the roll, not the total. Let me actually. I think all 3 of those are gonna miss, even though the vampire is staggered. Call high or low with your crit fail.
High.
High.
Yeah.
You miss the vampire with your first 2 shots, and they strike Jasper in the back.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
Jasper, you take. Gosh, what is your bonus to your strength mod? Is 11.
Oh no, we lost
Jasper.
Gabriel.
Jasper, you take 13 points of damage as Gabriel lets forth shots. 2 of them strike right past you, but 2 of them hit you right in the back. 2 arrows.
I'm about to do what's called a pro gamer move.
Okay, what do you do, Jasper? We got back Gabriel, but now he's modulating.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay. So I'm using the soul gem that I created last night.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use that to cast Magic Jar. Okay.
Do we have another
yes.
Pokemon Master?
Yeah, boy.
Are you guys quiet, or did my internet die or something?
We're quiet.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm not entirely sure still.
Let me
How
read
this-
really quick.
Basically, this vampire would need to save. Otherwise, I'm in.
Okay, hold on.
He gets a -2 as well. So I'm helping.
Okay. So he makes a save.
Oh, he does. Dang it.
No, you said that.
Oh! I thought you were saying like the save was made already.
Okay. Okay, so he gets a saving throw.
Yeah.
He gets a saving throw at a -2. Are there any bonuses that you get to your DC, or what is the DC?
I'm trying to remember what the DC is. I've been doing a lot of reading.
It's a 5th level spell, so it's going to be 15 plus your intelligence modifier plus any special bonuses that you get to.
So it's at least 21, and I don't think I have any.
Do you have any bonuses to necromancy spells? Is the real question.
Oh no, I do. I have a +1 bonus to necromancy. Yes, it's 22.
What is your intelligence?
At
I thought it was
least.
a 24. It's a 22.
It's a 22, yeah. I mean, we can make it a 24 for right now because I'm doing a pro gamer move in response to what Gabriel just did. But Jasper drops to the floor in response to Gabriel hitting him.
Okay, you drop to the floor, and you are now in control of the vampire.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. All right. So, what do I do now? Because I don't have any of their spells or spell-like abilities.
You inhabit his body, and
You feel very sick and confused right now. You should.
yes, you do. You do. You're okay. So here's what it says: you're successful. So your life force occupies the host body, and the host's life force is imprisoned in the magic jar. You keep your intelligence, wisdom, charisma, level, class, base attack bonus, all that stuff, and mental abilities. The body retains save or strength, dex, and constitution. Hit points, natural abilities, and automatic abilities. The body with extra limbs does not allow you to make more attacks than normal, and you can't choose to activate the body's extraordinary or supernatural abilities. The creature's spells and spell-like abilities do not stay with the body.
Okay, so I have no access to the supernatural
Correct.
abilities of the... Okay, cool. I thought it was just the spells and the spell-like abilities. But either way, I'm in a vampire's body. I got the strength and dexterity and constitution of Edward Cullen. So,
And natural abilities.
And you can speak. So
And
yes.
automatic abilities. What does that mean?
One automatic ability is that when a vampire drops to 0 hit points, that it turns into its gaseous form.
Oh, okay.
That's automatic.
The Shadow
So-
Realm is vampire.
so does Hestia see souls
Yes,
leaving the
actually,
body?
Hestia, you are able to see as Jasper's soul goes into the magic jar that he created, and then all of a sudden switches places with that of the vampire.
And as a side note, you do also see a soul leave, like an entirely separate soul leave Jasper's body.
What the heck?
Because I used the soul gem as the component necessary for...
Do you know if that consumes the soul or just the gem itself and releases the soul?
So if the soul gem is consumed, the soul is released and goes into
The ether.
the next
Okay.
phase of its life.
perfect.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so that happens.
So, yeah.
Okay. Are you guys going to do anything else about the dragon that is still lumbering around and moving towards you?
Well, can I make a will save to disbelieve? Since I know that
let
it
me.
is
I'm gonna
fake?
I'm gonna roll for you all, and you're gonna get a bonus because Hestia and
As a vampire, Jasper says, I yield.
Well, you're confused. I don't know if you can choose to yield right
Okay.
now.
Am I confused?
Prince and
Am I
Gabriel.
confused?
You
I don't
both,
know. We'll ask.
Prince and Gabriel, you both failed the save. Actually, Prince, you have made the save previously, so I'm going to say that you made it as well. Gabriel, you are the only person who... Are you even here? He's not here. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Everybody who's still here, as you look at the dragon more, you realize fully that it is an illusion.
Okay,
And-
so it's harmless now.
And you know, yes, and you notice that the wounds that you had received, you had only thought you received them.
So can I take them off?
They just, as you look at yourself, you realize that you're not injured, and it's almost like they flicker, and then you can kind of just see them sitting there as a magical aura as part of the illusion. And then they disappear. With one exception,
So
you notice that Charlemagne is still bleeding from his side.
Oh god, he still believes.
You would know that he would perceive that that's still there, but that wouldn't affect you perceiving it. You've made your save. You have disbelieved the illusion.
Okay.
So are we
Well,
aware of this now? Or
Yeah, everybody realizes now that the dragon is an illusion, and it's almost like it's like a projection at this point. That you can see it there, but it like flickers out of existence, and it seems unreal to you at this point.
Well, I'm gonna do something for little Charlemagne here. I am going to use a bardic performance distraction, which I will read it. I will put it in the thing so
go
that
ahead.
people can read it. Distraction. Each round of distraction, the perform any creature within 30 feet of the bard, including the bard himself, that is affected by an illusion or illusion figment, magical attack, may use the bard's perform check as a result.
He disbelieves, and he's able to kind of come to grips with it, and he kind of wipes himself off, and he looks shaken by all of this, but you can tell very definitely he still has a... Actually, go ahead and make a perception check real quick.
Okay. I should have just done that from the beginning if I had any clue.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was just talking about past. I could have done... Anyways, what am I doing? Perception check? Okay, perception.
Yeah, at this point, all the damage that any of you took, with the exception of Jasper getting shot in the back, was from the dragon. The vampire hasn't successfully hurt anybody, so... Anybody who had damage taken, none of that damage is taken except for...
except for Gabriel hitting me.
Yes, except for Gabriel hitting you. Okay, Prince, you notice that Charlemagne's dagger is bloody, and his side is bloody, and you also recall that when the dragon stepped on him, he pulled out his dagger and stabbed downwards towards its foot.
He stabbed himself. Okay. Well, is combat over now then?
What do you guys say? I mean, the vampire says, "I yield." Hestia, do you say anything? And Jasper, do you say anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna say stop attacking the dragon. It's...
At this point, everybody knows the dragon is not real. Do you say anything about the vampire? Because you saw Jasper's soul leave his body.
Oh, right. I still think the vampire is a vampire.
Yes.
Just Jasper, had a seizure.
Yep. Jasper got shot in the back and just dropped.
A seizure.
Hey, don't worry, Jasper. The dragon is fake.
Jasper's inside the vampire.
Wait, Caesar, what type of mental image do you have of Magic Jar?
Oh, I'm just saying, if you go limp, I don't know what's happening to you.
I got shot by Gabriel's arrows.
2 arrows, right in the back.
I think Gabriel's a traitor.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's not here to defend himself.
Okay, 1 second. I'm sending him a message because he said, my phone is about to die. I have to leave now. I'll just keep attacking the vampire the same way. So I'm going to let him know. First off, you need to watch the VOD. Second, you missed your first 2 shots and hit Jasper in the back and then he fell. And hasn't moved since.
Yes.
This is perfect. Okay, hold on 1 second.
I'm guessing there's no way anyone except Hestia would have noticed the whole soul exchange.
Did you say anything, Hestia?
I did.
Okay.
I said, guys, Jasper's in this vampire's body.
Alright, well, I'm going to sense motive on you.
Okay.
Because a lot of weird stuff is going on right now. Oh god, I rolled high. So nothing interesting.
Yeah, Malith would probably actually look at the vampire and be like, Jasper, is that really you in there?
Actually, I should be sense moding Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
Or the vampire.
Sure.
Who am I sense motiving in here?
You were that was a sense motive for Hestia. You can roll again for Jasper. I mean, he hasn't said anything yet other than I yield. And he's sitting there and has said, I yield. I yield.
Confused, because that lasts 10 rounds on the vampire, but I don't know if it's on the consciousness of the vampire.
It is on the consciousness
that's what you meant by confused. This confused spell you did. Oh, okay.
That is a mental condition.
I understand now.
Yeah, the mental attributes and status of the vampire stay with the vampire's spirit, not with his body.
Yeah.
Okay. And the staggering only lasts 1 round, and if we lose combat, then that's probably just going to fall off.
Okay. So, what are you guys going to do?
Well, I'm gonna go towards if I believe. Do I believe that Jasper is that everything concerning Jasper is happening? How it's happening? What do I get from that?
From a 16, actually, you're going to get that he's acting very uncharacteristic of a vampire that's surrounded.
Mhm.
Vampires can
Right.
turn into mist and leave. You saw that happen less than a day ago.
Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that everything is fine over there since no one else is reacting. I'm gonna go to Charlemagne, and I am going to try to cure his wounds with a spell.
Okay.
Cure
Yeah, so
moderate.
you're able to heal him. It was just a single stab wound, so you heal him back to full health.
All
I'll
right.
ask Charlemagne, is everything okay? Are you hurt?
I'm more confused than anything else, but I'm not used to dealing with such strong and strange magics as this. That was... He kind of nods for a moment and says that was the most terrifying thing that I've ever experienced. And I've been on several campaigns and many battles. But duly noted that something like that is possible to be fabricated.
It's first time for me too.
Can I do detect magic sweep on wherever magic this dragon, whatever dragon stuff, just detect magic in
Yes,
the
you
dragon.
can detect magic. The dragon itself, though, at this point has dissipated, and there is no trace of anything else nearby. You can detect magic coming from... Jasper, where is the magic jar? Is it an actual physical jar, or...
So the soul gem.
Okay. Oh, you placed
is
your soul in the
essentially-
gem. Okay.
The soul gem is essentially repurposed into the magic
Receptacle.
jar, but
Okay.
but any magic jar is essentially a gemstone.
It's a
100
receptacle
GP or
for
higher.
the soul, pretty much.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you, as you are casting or detect magic, go ahead and give me your spellcraft check. Yeah.
I'll also get a +5, I think, from it's an int related thing. So whatever this is, +5. Ooh, nice. 32.
Okay. You are able to tell about what's going on with Jasper. You can tell that the soul gem is active, and you surmise that the soul of the vampire is trapped in there, and that there is some connection between that and Jasper's body and the vampire's body. You can also see the residual effects of what you recognize to be illusion magic all around you, which is quickly fading.
Can I tell where it came from?
You can tell that it came from one of the corridors. The same one where the actual dragon had emerged from.
Okay.
The vampire Jasper, he says, "All right, now that we're done fighting, we better proceed. I'm sure that there's more of my vampiric brethren lurking around here." And then you see him dig into Jasper's pocket, pulls out a gemstone, puts it in his pocket, and says, "Somebody ought to carry this poor wretch. It seems he's fallen in combat." And he looks at Gabriel. "No matter. We best
Well-
be quick."
You are strong enough to carry yourself now. I think.
These fists are better suited for other things, really.
Make an intelligence check, Jasper.
I mean, I'm aware of how long, if that's what you're hinting at.
No. Go ahead and send me a message of what you're thinking, but I want to see what your intelligence check is. Oof. Okay, no hints coming from me.
I'm going to ask Vampire Jasper.
Just so you know, Jasper, it is an hour per level.
Oh, thank you.
I'm guessing that's caster level?
Per caster
Yeah.
level, yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit of time.
Is there anywhere safe we can keep him while he recovers? I can't even talk right now. I'm sorry. I'm just so used to thinking about speaking this way. Any
I
ideas?
Don't think so, in particular, honestly.
So, I have some questions for you, Jasper. What happens to you if someone destroys your body?
Are you daft, or can you not tell that he's, you know? Well, fine, if no one else will hold him, then I will.
I can't carry. I have a strength of 8 out of character. I can't carry you.
Vampire Jasper picks up Jasper over his shoulder.
We would have to.
Kyle, did you see the message that I sent you?
No. Let me go look.
Okay.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I saw that one.
Gosh. Why can't you guys roll high? All right, I'll
Well,
step
I have
back.
a +5 if it's a skill check. and it's
Oh, it is.
intelligence.
Okay. Well, is it only skill checks or is it just intelligence checks?
It's intelligence-based skill checks. That's what it says in the wording.
I'm allowing
It says intelligence or wisdom-based skill checks. My mind is crisp from the wine. So is Nomads, for the record. Which, I don't know where
Yeah.
Nomad is. He's been a...
I was talking to Charlemagne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Right! I don't know how... Hold on.
Well, this is a revelation and a half.
Well, I don't know what to do with it, honestly, because I don't know how it would work or what I would even suggest. But
You could just say something. You don't have
I
to.
could.
You don't have to have a solution. You just information.
What are they going for intelligence checks for? If
well, I'm about to tell you.
If you
How dare you talk, Kayla? Jeez.
Well, I was just.
Kayla, Maleth, make an intelligence check real quick.
thank you.
I'm going
I'm
to.
trying to.
say
I'm
this.
trying to
you're
go
being
in
pretty
line
mean.
of people that it makes sense.
I just.
Oh, okay. Kayla, you or
You know
Maleth,
what?
you definitely got that idea too.
Okay, so you take the reins,
on.
Kayla.
With a nat 20, I should have gone to you first.
The vampires. Can I just say the question out loud or say the statement out loud?
Well, you can.
You could ask the question, what could we do with X, Y, Z?
Yes. Who needed a vampire's fresh body?
What say you, Jasper?
Well, with sunset and all not happening until let's see, 9 hours. I would need a very big umbrella.
Okay. So, it is daylight outside. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. And I think you're right. I don't think we can leave body. But also, I think we're kind of sealed in here. I remember when we walked in, the door did seal behind us, and I haven't quite thought as to how we're getting out of here yet. I was just focusing on moving forward. So maybe we could find a place to maybe hide your body. Is there a distance that is too great for you to travel away from your body?
There is not, but Jasper.
You know he can't hear you at all. He's
Well, I made an
all but dead.
Yes, but I know you're Jasper. I'm aware that you are. Okay, Mr. Vampire.
Jasper, you can make another intelligence check if you want.
Sure, because I'm so intelligent, I get to roll twice.
Well, this is for a different check. There are other ways to cover yourself than an umbrella.
Let me see. That's very true. I mean, if it fits.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to do next. If we have to lunk around this dead body with us for the next however long it takes us to go through this place, we did come here for something. But ultimately, Jasper, Mr. Vampire, you are the one who knows most of what we're in here for. And we should be asking you what you want to do.
Look, what do you think I'm most useful here for? A tour guide? Or to be shoved in a bag of holding, delivered immediately to our friend up there? Or what do you want?
It depends on what you want. You're the one. Is your thing down here? Is the thing that you were looking for our glorified parasite overlord king? Is the thing you need for him down here, or is it somewhere else? Are we here for the metal?
We are here for the metal.
So let's go get the metal. Let's find a place to hide this dead body, and you can use this body to assist us doing so. Do you have any suggestions for where to put this crippled dead man?
Actually, thinking
I
about it,
assume you know the layout of this place, don't you?
No, I really don't.
What?
I mean, could we put Jasper's body in the bag of holding like he has suggested doing with himself and just bring it back out later?
You can't do that. You
Because
only have enough
holding-
oxygen for 15 minutes.
That's what I was about to say.
well, I
we
don't
don't
know
know that.
that.
Do we know?
A vampire at the moment. I will point that out.
We're talking about his
The
body.
Jasper body. Yes.
No, you would not put him into a bag of holding. That would not work in the long term at all. You know, I have an idea. We can help get this Jasper, back to his normal self. I'm just gonna step in here, and you see Vampire Jasper try to shove himself into the bag of holding.
I
Sorry.
could also just watch Jasper's body while y'all do other stuff.
What?
No. What he's trying to do. He is putting the vampire body into the bag of holding, and then he is going to go back into his ordinary body.
Jasper's. Okay, that makes sense.
And then
Okay,
we're just going to have a vampire in the bag of holding.
Actually,
Perfect.
actually, no. still have to kind of hold on to my normal.
So you're just not going to be in great. You're not going to grace us with
Open
your
up the entrance again. I'll see if I can fit into this. If not, we'll find another way to keep me shaded from the sun. Walking out there, we'll take care of our business with you know who, and then we'll return here and get back to finding whatever it is, the metal we're looking for.
We can do that. Out of character, can we just go do that and then come back? And because that's going to take some role playing, actually. Now that I think about it.
Depends on how you
I'm
approach
sorry.
it. Depends on how you.
Why is it so important that we keep this vampire body?
Well, it's
that's the thing. I thought I could show you around here, and maybe we would, offer you the protection of having a vampire guide. But I realized
Yes, that's
that's probably not gonna. That's probably not gonna work, especially if.
Why not?
Well, I don't. It's hard to put it into words. I thought about it. I don't think it'll work. I don't think I'm going to fool anyone or persuade them to letting us pass through unharmed. But maybe.
But you don't have any knowledge of the layout of where traps may be.
I don't. So in that scenario, it could be useful to have a canary, so to speak. You put the canary in the mine, see if it.
All
has
right.
that.
What
Yeah,
happens?
I'm
If,
familiar.
what happens if you die, Mr. Vampire? As a vampire,
I die.
you don't go back to.
I go to vampire heaven. Does that make you feel better about all that?
Well, you said you were going to use yourself as a canary in a mine. The canary usually dies in this. So I'm asking.
Yes, and the canary keeper, and as he points to Jasper, is fine.
That was what I was at. Okay, thank
Yes.
That was
Can we stop talking about this dynamic?
you. I am just trying to make
Cease
sure
risking. Yeah, the walls have ears here, so
Okay.
let's.
Okay,
So
So-
let's get a move on. That's a good
Okay.
point.
let's let you go first.
Okay, so we all fancy the idea of me going through.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
But did we ever
Some-
figure out what to do with Jasper's body in between? Do I stay and watch it, or
Oh, if one of you can keep him close to you, not too close to me, but Yeah.
I cannot carry you. I am not strong enough to carry even almost myself.
I can have the body fly if we need.
To facilitate
I will
things,
stay behind?
do you mind if I jump in at all, or no?
Go ahead.
What
God,
are
Is
you guys?
Charlemagne, can I just ask Charlemagne to carry him?
Yeah,
Is he
you
okay
absolutely
with
could.
that?
You absolutely could. He would.
Okay, great.
He would be
Okay.
fine with that.
Sweet.
What are you guys planning on doing with the vampire? Long
We're gonna use him as a canary. He's gonna go first and
Okay.
see if there's any traps or anything.
either he'll die saving our skins, and then
Well-
Jasper will just come back.
and then
or-
the vampire would go back to his body.
Yeah, but he'd be dead.
Yeah,
right?
that's the
No, the
Then-
vampire body would be
It would then
It-
begin to regenerate once the body got back. It would hit. It would.
yeah.
it would
That's the
die. The souls would revert back to normal, and then the vampire would do what normally would happen when a vampire hits 0 hit points, which is
yes.
Turn into a gas.
So it sounds like so it sounds like we have a time limit to work with if we want a vampire body for a specific purpose.
What vampire? Out of character, what is your specific purpose for a vampire body?
It would be to take to the Alexander Cohen. But I don't know
Right.
how we're gonna get him there. All of this
Hey,
is really
who cares
confusing.
about that? Let's just focus on we are in the vault,
vault,
okay?
yes.
We are
Sure.
at our objective. Let's accomplish our current
Yes.
objective and
I
worry
agree.
about logistical stuff like that later.
No, there's a reason. There's a reason that I ask. And let me go back.
I'm just trying not to get jumped by a vampire
Yes. So what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
that too.
what I'm saying, and this is, I guess, more directed towards Jasper. If you intend to do that, you could, if you found a way to sufficiently cover the body, you could send the vampire out alone. You could take the vampire body alone, deliver it to Alexander, and then just leave the body. And you would return right back to Jasper. Nobody else need to leave the place.
Well, that sounds good.
That does sound good.
So that's an option.
Mm-hmm.
Then nobody but the vampire needs to go. Everybody else continues in the place.
But then Jasper's gone, depending on how long he
Jasper's
takes
gone
to get
for
there.
however long it takes for him to deliver the vampire body to Alexander. But correct me if I'm wrong here, Jasper. I'm not sure if you're able to cast your spells while in the vampire's body. Do you know?
I don't. I'm still trying to figure all this out, honestly.
Well, I was actually
and-
reading that, and I think he can, because the creature spells, hold on. Occupies the host body, the host life force, and the blah, blah, blah. You keep your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma level, class, base attack bonus, base save bonuses, alignment, and mental abilities.
So that's a question of whether the mental abilities include spells.
Right. And honestly, I'm not.
Because the creature's spells and spell-like abilities do not stay with the body. I am not sure how to read that. For the moment, I'm in the air. And so if you want to be able to cast your spells, Jasper's spells, as the vampire, we can roll a dice and see which side it falls on, because I can see the argument for either way. But if you want to find a quick way to just dispose of the vampire's body in a more permanent fashion...
I mean, it says he
I'll,
keeps his class.
Yes,
So,
that is true. And that's where I'm like, I can see it going both ways, but then a lot of his preparation, his spell preparation, is tied to his whole being. And so I don't know that I'd say it's a 50-50 chance I'd rule either way, but I would put it up to chance to determine how I would finally rule on that, at least in the moment, until I've had time to mull over that and research. So we're nearing our ending point for today.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying if we can resolve that and decide how you're going to proceed with the vampire, then that will speed things up, so that next time we can hit the ground running.
it's ultimately up to Jasper what he wants to
I
do.
guess so.
that's- Yeah.
Okay, so let me have a brief moment. I guess, yeah, sure. There is the idea that like if the vampire's body were to sustain enough damage while I'm possessing it, that like then my soul would be forced out, and then there'd be that soul trade, and then the vampire would just start regenerating, I guess. But Jasper could also just kind of get rid of its soul as well. So I guess the question is, does Jasper feel like it's actually that useful to have a vampire guide for potentially
I'll be back, sorry.
keeping the undead away from us, as well as like getting hit by traps and not taking as much damage? Because
Well,
you know,
what are the
Vampire.
things that the people who watched this whole thing, what would they have been able to see?
oh, what do they
As-
see?
So as far as having a meat sack to absorb damage and find traps, that's a benefit potentially.
Hmm.
But as far as depending on the strength of the vampire that you're inhabiting, that may last for all of one trap if there are a ton more traps. But as far as like
True.
any of the social aspects of that, what has everyone else seen? Your enemies at this point.
I mean,
What would their thoughts be if in the middle of the fight the vampire that is trying to flee just kind of stops, gives up, and then stands up and starts talking to everyone?
right? Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I think the jig is already up. Honestly, this is what Jasper's going to do. He's just going to go ahead and deliver the body to Alexander Cohen. But
Okay.
Jasper's taking his own body
With him?
with him. Yes.
Okay.
That is potentially dangerous because what if you're caught alone by the vampires outside the vault and are jumped with both objects of your existence being all in one spot?
Well, because I could be wrong, but my understanding is that the host body, or like my body, actually needs to be within range of the soul gem as well.
I
I
don't
could be
believe
wrong.
so. Nope.
Really?
By casting, okay, so you cast Magic Jar and you put your soul in the gem, leaving your body lifeless. There's your range. Then you can attempt to take control of the thing, nearby body, attempt to possess another body. The spell ends when you send your soul back to your own body, leaving the receptacle empty. To cast the spell, the magic jar must be within spell range, and you must know where it is, though you need not line of sight nor line of effect to affect it. When you transfer your soul upon casting, your body is, as near as anyone can tell, dead. Other than that, there is no mention of range that I can...
Well, there is. I see.
Oh.
If the host body is slain, you return to the magic jar within range, and the life force of the host departs. It is dead. If the host body is slain beyond the range of the spell, both you and the host die.
Oh, it still is just the vampire's body that I have to worry about. Like, as long as my body is on the same plane of existence.
I'm not reading this
if the host body is slain, you return to the magic jar if within range, and the life force of the host departs if it's dead. If the host body is slain beyond the range of the spell, both you and the host die. Any life
no, I return to the magic jar. In other words, I still need to have my body nearby.
Yeah.
To jump from the magic jar to my body. Okay, sweet. So I will take my body with me, essentially.
Okay, so yeah, you would have to have your body with you.
This is going to be so hilarious seeing potentially... Oh, man. That's going to be so... That's going to be hilarious.
You're a vampire carrying Jasper around.
Yeah.
You can do some weird
so
stuff with that.
What we can do with that is we can do the role play of you bringing the body to Alexander now, and then the rest of the party will continue forward, and you will return to them shortly after we start next time.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We're bringing the body to Cullen.
Just Jasper is. Everybody else is continuing to delve into the vault.
Oh,
and
baby.
We'll take care of the delving next time, and we will take care of Jasper delivering the body.
No. Okay, we all agreed on this.
I said it was fine. I was fine with it because the idea of a vampire carrying Jasper's limp body towards one of our villains is sort of funny, and potentially he could spin it any way he wants to. I don't know what Jasper's gonna do. I don't even know if we should be watching Jasper do this. Because Jasper could say things that, I mean, he's not with us, so he could say practically anything. I don't know what Jasper's planning on doing.
Are you guys going to vote on it, or how do you want to decide how to proceed with that?
I mean,
Jasper, you can't possibly be serious about helping Alexander. I mean, I thought we were all in agreement on this.
Well,
when
no,
we talked to him at first. Has everybody reconsidered except me?
No, I wasn't in agreement. Actually, my opinion on it was that you guys were getting more in the trade than you were losing, because my perception of what you were gaining is not just the bodies of your loved ones, but he had the soul, I think, of at least one of Hestia's, if she had more than one, I don't remember, but has the soul and body of one of Hestia's loved ones, and trading a vampire we don't know.
Do you think that it doesn't upset me, Prince? That I don't understand what's at stake?
No, it's not that I don't think it upsets you, but I think that's exactly my point. Maybe it does upset you, and you can't see the raw arithmetic of it. You know,
I certainly can see it, Prince. I'm not a fool.
Well, then you should agree that maybe it is a trade worth doing. A vampire we don't know, and a dead
enable this sick man. Enable his disgusting fantasies of putting people up like puppets.
Well, I wasn't necessarily going to, do his fantasy. It's just the next
Right,
step.
just give him the bodies. Just give him exactly what he wants.
No. Not just give it to him. Act like we're fulfilling it until we can find a solution to the problem. Because as it stands, he may think that we're just not helping him, and we're in the middle of his city, and, you know, at the behest of his guards, at the behest of his power. I mean, you've seen what he can do. It's not necessarily just giving in to him. It's giving him what we can give him that doesn't negatively affect us, and then seeing if we have the opportunity to do something good later with it. That's my point. I think
When we are done with what we're doing here in the vault, our mission is accomplished, and we have no reason to linger in the city any time longer. He already gave us a time limit before he destroys the bodies anyways.
He did. Or, I guess, no, sorry, not Jasper. He did.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't have any loved ones in this. I would like to save people. And I am not against, at least ostensibly, offering goodwill towards what we would consider a villain to get something we love. But again, it's not my loved ones. So it is ultimately up to you and Hestia and Gabriel. I don't know what you want to do.
I
But
would rather have there be no other option until we turn there. Is it possible we could stash the body until we want to
I
use
don't
it?
think so, because I think as soon as Jasper leaves, this vampire is going to wake up, and we are going to have to deal with him.
Is he dead? Because I can make it so he can't come back alive.
Is the vampire dead?
Yes.
No, the vampire is not dead. I don't know what... Jasper mentioned something about destroying the soul of the vampire. I don't know what that would do. I mean,
That was out of character conversation.
Oh, sorry. I thought... Sorry.
Yeah, I also have
Wait,
another
okay.
way. I can just have us carry him by casting fly on him and just cart him around.
It is a potential target for any would-be evildoer, but it's doable.
Here's my concern. Right now, your companion here, pointing to Jasper, is especially vulnerable. And whether you know, using me for trade, which I assumed, being the vampire I am, there wouldn't be any qualms over this, especially because I believe that it would just be my body that is being used, whereas my soul would be let free. I didn't think there'd be any issue with trading a lifeless husk for potentially a soul, but I understand.
Okay, if it is a lifeless husk, then yes, I will agree.
That was my
then
point.
that's something that I will give my guarantee. I only wanted to do this for two reasons. One, keep Jasper safe. Two, I thought that of the two options presented to us, that this one, trading in a vampire, that would be the one that would be a no-brainer. Assuming, you know, it's a lifeless husk, of course. I understand your value for souls, for living entities, so, what then?
Just to be clear, I don't hold any sympathy for the vampire. But the soul, who that person was before they were a vampire, probably was nothing like how they are now. So don't take my tone as if I'm a pacifist or something other like that.
No, I never doubted you for a moment, truly.
And I was under the impression as well that the only way we could keep a vampire intact was with its soul. I mean, there's no way you can kill a vampire without it just completely dissipating.
Well, actually, no, but that's an explanation for another time. But don't you recall last night?
Recall what from last
Well,
night?
The one that you slew, that just remained there, body intact.
Yes, that was a stroke of good fortune. That was the exception and not the norm. What happens? I mean, you remember what happened to the other ones, right?
Yes.
Truth be told, I don't even think I could ever replicate that again, what I did that day. I have no idea how I managed to destroy a vampire without needing to go through the proper procedures. I've never heard of anyone else doing that either.
Go ahead and roll a knowledge religion check, by the way.
Can I do this too?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
So
go.
much.
I am also doing
The circumstances that allowed that was the fact that you got a very strong crit, which functioned almost like a Vorpal on a very weak vampire, is what allowed that situation.
Nat 20, dirty 39.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the circumstances that allowed that to happen, Nomad, was you got the equivalent of almost a Vorpal on a very weak vampire.
But does my point still stand, though? That
Your
couldn't
point
be
stands.
replicated
That's not something that you're going to replicate. The replication of that is doing the coup de grace of the normal way of staking a vampire and then destroying it. You just got lucky and were able to pretty much do it all in one fluid motion. Like you said, more out of chance than out of intention.
So for my check, I want to know if a vampire could be, because here's Jasper's question. Could he, in this current situation where, you got this vampire body, but the soul is outside of the body, could he do his like create soul gem type stuff to essentially have the soul separate from the vampire, but the vampire body is still essentially untouched?
I would have to decide my ruling on whether or not you can use your abilities while you're in the vampire's body, because that would require you to use your ability.
Well, I think he's
No, but Jasper could
I think he's asking if he can sever the soul from a vampire's body and have the vampire's body still remain intact and not turn into ash.
I would say no.
Oh, okay.
So if you sever the soul's connection to the body, the vampire will have. I mean, that's the source of the negative energy that is keeping it moving. Unlike something like a zombie or a skeleton, it is not just inane energy that's keeping it going. It is still inhabited by a soul.
All right. Jasper tells Nomad that he can do it. He can have he can deliver the vampire body and have the soul separated from the vampire.
So you're gonna lie? Is that what you're? Are you lying?
Am I lying? Am I lying?
Okay, well, I mean, if
I'm
you
sorry, I
want
don't understand. Did you mishear Taggart, Jake, or did I mishear Taggart? Didn't he just say that would not be possible?
No, yeah, but I think he wants to just lie to you. I don't know how this is going to work or play out, but I'm an audience. I'm audience.
Okay, Jake, are you attempting to lie to me? I need.
Because I guess with
to know
that
if you
nat 20.
misunderstood Taggart, or if you are attempting to lie to my in-game character.
So Taggart, I think
Hello?
Jasper.
Can anyone hear me?
I can hear
I
you.
can
I
hear
can hear you.
I'm just
I can hear you.
I'm just being an
hear you.
observer.
I can hear you. So in order to respond to you, I need to get some clarification from Taggart, because Jasper legitimately thought that because he didn't know what Nomad did, he just knows that vampire was down. he was able to successfully extract the soul. But now, in doing this nat 20 check, in response to what Nomad has just said, I guess the answer that Jasper is getting is, no, Jasper, you did not cause the vampire's body to remain intact with the soul being separate. That was Nomad's work. Is that what Jasper is learning?
The body that Nomad destroyed just was destroyed. The one that you removed the soul and grabbed it with the soul gem and put it in the soul gem, that body remained intact.
Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so that's where the confusion was coming from. Okay. Now I can properly respond.
Now, if you have a specific question and you're wanting to potentially get into a situation where you might lie to another character and you want to preserve that, then you can ask me that question in a different chat room, so that you can so that the players don't get the benefit of knowing the results of your intelligence.
Right.
So
now Jasper said the exact same things, Nomad, only this time. You can do an insight check to see if he's lying. But obviously we're metagaming at this point.
Okay, so I now know that was a freak accident.
That yours was destroyed.
Yours was destroyed. There was attacker gave. It sounded like he was saying
that was a misremembering on your part that his one was not destroyed. The one that he did was destroyed. The one that you did was not destroyed.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, never mind. It's part of our conversation has to be retcon, because basically, for some reason you and I were both thinking that the one that you hit in the heart was not destroyed. The body was not destroyed. That's not the case. There was one that got weakened enough that I was able to extract its soul. That one did not get destroyed. So, my bad. Jasper would have said, don't you remember that one vampire that, like, its body just laid there?
Yes.
Yeah. So now going back to British accent vampire, Jasper. I can do it. I can deliver this husk without the soul. You don't have to worry about a soul being in bondage.
And how will you manage that?
In a similar manner to how I did this.
Right? I will take your word for it then.
Oh, I just realized I was muted. Malith asked if there's any chance of something bad happening to Jasper's soul during this entire endeavor, or if he will be okay.
Yes, Jasper's husk needs to remain safe, and honestly, probably the best way for that to happen is me taking him. Which reminds me. And then, Vampire Jasper digs into Jasper's pocket and places something, or it reaches out to Nomad, something in his hand.
Okay.
Places the coin in your hand. So are we all in agreement that this is okay? Are we... I don't want anybody feeling, guilty or... So
long as what you said is true, I have no qualms about it.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. I should be back shortly.
Okay.
My familia is probably going to see me. See me holding Jasper. Or, dang it, whatever. We already ruined this whole charade anyway. Starting with you, pointing to Prince. So, whatever. I'm Jasper. Yeah.
Well,
is your familiar here right now?
No.
Well, it's outside. It's probably going to see him walk out. But also, if you're going to do something terribly confusing, you should probably tell people or give us some hint of what you're doing before you do it.
Yeah, like I really had time in the middle of a engaging combat such as this one. So,
That's true. Well, I
but
think,
now you know.
yes, and we have accomplished actually something very weird.
And you're
To say-
you don't need anyone else to watch the body. You don't need anyone to talk to your familiar. You're good doing whatever you need to do alone.
Yeah, I should be just fine.
He's going to
honestly.
carry his helpless body, and let's not hope that anyone snaps or kills him while he's doing this. It's a very dangerous thing he's trying to do, but
And he
Yeah.
should
Be
handle the
very careful,
sunlight.
Jasper.
If anyone wants to accompany me,
Sure.
Gabriel might.
Sure.
Well, Meredith did just offer with making sure he didn't need any help.
I just don't see what I can do to help him because I mean,
I don't know either, but whatever.
if someone's strong enough to take on a vampire or would want to, I might be able to help.
I mean, we have fought a few vampires at this point.
Okay, well, just come up with a good story, Malith, because I really don't know what this is going to look like to everyone.
yeah, actually, at that point, I'd probably better find a way to shove him inside of that sack. Shove Jasper.
Okay, is there
My-
a reason
my
you need
body.
to go now
I mean-
alone? This sounds just like an unnecessary risk. Why don't
Well, I wouldn't
we
be going
continue with
alone.
what we're
I might have a spell
Because-
that can help. Oh, look.
I just don't see the reason that we should split apart, especially when
If-
we're all here
If
in the hall.
if
Hey,
Jasper's body is damaged sufficiently, that's it from that's it. That's it for me. I'm done. I'm
I
dead.
do have a spell. I do have a spell called Appearance of Life that could make Jasper's body look as if it was alive. If I'm not sure if it would apply
A li-
here. 'Cause it's
A living
it's an
ragdoll.
illusion
Yes.
Yes, it's an illusion that makes undead creatures seem as if they're living. So I don't know if it would really apply.
It wouldn't
since he
apply to
wasn't
Jasper.
exactly
That would-
undead. Okay.
I
so,
think we just need to make our business quick. Shove my body into this bag, and then I can deliver this body to our friend, and then we're good.
How much air is inside a bag of holding? 15 minutes? Can we get there in 15 minutes?
Just
And
that
keep
should-
also,
taking him in
I
and
mean,
out. Keep-
Yeah,
go.
like
Pull the
I
head
mean,
out.
we
Right.
can open the bag. Open the bag
Alright.
periodically, or
okay, let's just all go do this and come back. Out of character, Jesus God.
No, I'm not leaving the vault.
If
What
you
happens
guys leave the vault,
somebody
then
else comes
something
in?
can
I'm
happen,
not
yeah.
gonna leave just for this. What if we can't get back in? What if somebody else comes and blocks entrance? Like, this is way
you
too
could very
important for us to
easily-
leave.
I mean, if he were to run fast, the vampire / Jasper could go there and back in a matter of 10, 20 minutes.
Okay, well, let's do that.
See,
Jasper
it's
runs
not
very
that-
So
quickly.
if the rest of
Okay,
you,
go.
if the rest, I mean, because Jasper can ride his horseback, but if the rest of you stay and guard it, then you can hold the location that you've acquired. But yeah, if you don't, the reason I brought all this up is if you don't find a way to deal with the vampire's body, then Jasper is vulnerable.
Okay, well, I say Jasper just takes the body to the necromancer. We fulfilled part of his quest, and then he comes back, and we continue on our adventure. That's what I say. I'm just
Okay,
scared
yeah.
for Jasper.
Just go and drop the body off. Okay. Yes. And we will wait here.
Me and Maleth?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the four of you, or the five of you, stay behind while the vampire picks up Jasper's body and Maleth accompanies them. You pretty much deck out the vampire in as much clothing as you can to cover him. So we'll pick up with the rest of the group as you return next time. But do you guys want to take care of the role play for this now or next time?
We might. I mean, I don't know.
Do it now, I
would
guess.
prefer to get it out
Yeah,
of
let's
the way
just-
now.
Okay,
Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I will speed this up along as much as I can. You carry Jasper's body all the way to the location of the large building that what's his name has, that Alexander has.
Well, wait.
Go ahead.
We tried putting him into the
You tried putting him
handy
okay.
haversack.
You put him in the handy haversack.
Because if the familiar sees dead Jasper next to Maleth, it's its own problem.
Okay.
So
So you just go out, and as you approach, you go up to the building, and the zombie dwarf comes up to you and looks at you quizzically, Maleth. So right now it's still broad daylight. Do you do anything when he approaches you? Say anything. He approaches you with a quizzical look on his face.
A bit of a delivery.
Ah. He takes a look inside the
Maybe.
cloak.
With a wink.
Quite impressive. I am interested to see how you did this, but that is a question that can be answered later. For now, come this way. And he walks up to the building, and a small incision appears in the wall and swings outward like a door. And there is pretty much a capsule right there. Well? And the zombie dwarf gestures towards the capsule.
Along the way, and I forgot to mention this, but like on the way to, Jasper would have basically pulled the soul gem, handed it to Maleth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, before we got there, I would have used gosh, what exploit is it? I would have used my armored mask exploit. Basically, does what mage armor does.
Okay.
So,
Okay, there we go.
just
So
to
with
be on the
that-
safe side.
Well, I already know this is going to hurt, so Jasper walks into the capsule.
Okay. Oh. So, if I recall correctly, there's nothing that can stop your soul from returning to your body when you choose to make the swap, correct? Or to the soul gem?
It just needs to be within range.
Yes. It doesn't matter if there's things in between, you just have to know where it is and it's within range. Okay.
I mean, as far as that says, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't planning on you guys seeing the inside yet, but here we go. The door closes, and you are surrounded by darkness. And then the other side opens, and as you turn, you can see, and I presume you took none of your belongings inside, correct?
Correct.
Did you remove any of the clothing once you were under cover of the capsule?
Butt naked.
Okay. Everything, including what the vampire had on before. So the door closes and the other side opens, and you see a room filled with mist. You notice, as before, the figure of the orc and the child that are up close to the window, or up close to the actual wall. Deeper into the room, you see several cubbies. You see kind of what appears to be a large workstation area. And an older man walks towards you. As you look around, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Ooh, okay. 19.
As you look around, you notice several other bodies, also held up on held up on kind of stands of sort. You notice an older man. You notice a fair-skinned woman who appears to be half-elf, I believe. Let me consult my notes.
So I'm guessing as this is going
Sorry.
on,
Yeah.
Jasper's body is just laying on the floor of whatever building they were in.
Yeah, wherever you put Jasper's body, or if he's still inside the bag of holding, that's where he's at.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. I am so
He's
sorry.
still inside the bag of holding, I think. I mean,
if
Malith knows about
had
the
the
15
bag-
minute.
Yeah, so Malith would like open it, maybe pull at least his head out
Okay,
where he
so-
could breathe if
So
needed.
it's an elven woman and a human-looking man that are also kind of on pedestals or something. There's also a large green gemstone that is pulsating and glowing that is on a dais far in the back of the room. The gemstone itself is probably about 1.5 to 2 feet in diameter and about 3 to 4 feet long. You recognize this, Jasper, as a soul gem of sorts, although the size is beyond that of any that you've ever seen before. This thing is massive. A soul gem is typically something you can hold in your hand. What the implications of that are, you're not totally sure. But the old man approaches you and says in a more weak voice, "I see that you've brought the vampire I've requested. I presume that you are in control of his body and he is not."
Correct. I can change that in. Or sorry, not Jasper. Sorry. Correct. I can, if needed, change that in a moment. What do I need to do to deliver this husk?
Leave and I can take care of the rest. Fear not about him reasserting control. I am in control here. Now, go.
With
Your-
pleasure.
When you return, I will deliver the promised goods to you and your party in the manner of your choosing.
So then Jasper gives a very light bow, and he returns himself to the soul gem.
Okay. As you return to your soul gem, Malith, do you go and watch, or do you stay nearby for a moment?
Yes.
Okay. After a moment, you see a figure that you can't quite make out, but looks to be slightly crouched, come closer to the window. You can't quite make out any details, but you do see the vampire walk out as well. And barely visible through the glass, you see the vampire stand and then contort for a moment, and it almost seems as if something is ripped out of him. And then he goes limp. And then you recognize what looks like strong magical energy swirling around his body. At which point, he stands almost as a mannequin. And then walks like an automaton out of sight.
Now, the thing I wanted to do, and I don't know if I would have had enough time to do this, but those soul gems come in handy, so Jasper would have attempted to, upon, entering the soul gem, trying to go back into his body, but I imagine each thing is an action, and action is 6 seconds, so that's not going to work, right?
You would have had time to go back to your body if you want, but you're in the middle of your bag of holding.
Right, so it wouldn't give me enough time to catch the vampiric soul on its way to...
No. It would be out of your reach, especially since you're inside the bag of holding.
Barnacles, Patrick.
You're probably going to find out about this happening after the fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sucks. Alright.
So you're gonna pull his screaming head out of the bag of holding?
I mean, I
I
probably
don't know
already
how
had
you-
some head a little out.
I don't know how you're gonna react to being revived in a bag of holding. Isn't it just complete darkness?
I mean,
Well-
you'd probably want to wait, especially since you're going to use less oxygen while your body is comatose.
Oh, so he's just gonna go to his soul gem.
If he
then.
stays in the soul gem until you get back to the vault, I mean, that's 15 minutes of regular person breathing. That's
Yeah, and I can still tell what's more or less what's going on around me.
Yeah.
So
So, yeah, if you just wait, then that's much
yeah,
safer for
I'll just
you.
wait.
Especially since, like I
Oh
said,
yeah, because I would have been able to tell. I would have been able to tell the soul was too far for me to even interact with it anyway
Yeah.
from the soul gem. So yeah, never mind. I would have stayed in the soul gem.
Yep. Okay.
Shoot.
Then you guys would be able to return, and we will get to that next time.
Dang it. Sorry, Nomad.
Yes, sorry, Nomad.
Sorry, Nomad.
What?
Alright.
I need to apologize. He doesn't know what's going on.
True.
That's
He
true.
thinks that he can trust his, stalwart companions, his
Oh,
friends.
is he-
He trusts them fully.
Is Jasper actually?
and he thinks that they would never try to betray him or have a reason to lie to him. That they would at least be mature enough to be adults and just be real with him about stuff.
I'm not part of this.
So
So no apology needed. He is all good. He is like, cool. I'm glad that Jasper was like willing to, right? What a good guy,
I mean,
Cool thing he found out how to do about how to give just the husk and not the soul.
what if that's exactly what Jasper wanted and he failed?
I don't know. Are you gonna tell him? I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
Would any of us actually know it was a lie before he did this?
No, actually,
I don't think
only,
he. I don't think he.
I don't
thought
think
it was
he
a
even
lie.
knows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Only,
so-
only Jasper would know that he failed as well. So
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to apologize. Though. I mean, especially if it's an accident. Like, Nomad's not Leon. Okay, he's not
Right.
gonna freak out.
Right.
would Leon freak out?
Oh, absolutely.
Leon
Leon had an emotional
over
response to
everything.
literally everything.
Yes, Leon freaked out over everything.
He snapped two guys' necks over a petty dispute, which was beautiful. Chef's kiss Leon moment. No, he didn't.
I
He didn't
did?
snap their necks, but he killed them. Remember those two people that we saved, and then
Leon-
but they were bad guys, but we
Oh
saved them.
yeah.
And then out of a disagreement with Asuka, you're just like over like brothel stuff. You're just like, that's it, and you like killed them
Oh
both.
gosh.
Wait, what? Did I?
When you had the captive members of the Silver Fist.
Yes. I remember
Wait,
that.
wait. I killed
Yeah.
them because I was mad at Asuka?
I don't remember why. you
There was
did
a
that.
discussion that you were having with Asuka.
I don't think that was why.
I think there was a
They
multivariate
had
reason
been
why he did
close
that.
together. They
There's-
had been close together. You were like
Yeah.
fired up from the dispute. Other stuff happened, and then you killed them, and it was
If only we recorded that. It was
Yeah.
like
That's
it was
one
one of
of
those
the
moments
reasons-
where, yeah.
That's one of the reasons I'm happy to record this. Even if we had no viewers whatsoever, we have the record. We can go back and watch again
yeah.
what
I
happened.
wish we had more of a record of Leon and Asuka and Idris and Kara.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
This is good. This is beautiful. But man,
yeah.
do
Do we
Good
want to
times.
end the stream here, or did you guys want to chat a little bit first before we do?
I have a little bit of time to chat, so I mean we can keep
Okay.
the stream going. If
Is it,
anybody else.
Do you guys want to keep the stream going while we chat, or end it and say goodbye to our
We
viewers?
can. Are they coming back to the vault? Are we chatting in character?
No,
Is that
no,
what-
it'd be out of character chat.
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we
if
can.
it's not a character chat, then just end it.
All right. Well,
They
to our
say-
viewers,
Oh.
thank you so much for watching. For Enrique, when you watch this later, ha.
Have fun listening to 30 minutes of whatever the crap we did before this
Arguing
final
about-
roleplay.
Mhm. All right.
Uh,
Goodbye, everyone.